Boys, look, we haven't got very long before the start of the game, but Max, you mentioned about today's game. North Launceston will want a convincing win, injury-free, and to play a really exciting brand of footy, I reckon. Yeah, they will. It's a bit of a warm-up for next week against the Tigers for them, isn't it? They'll be trying to do things structurally correct. I think I read somewhere where they're not real happy with the way the ball comes into the forward line, so they'd like to see them slow it down. I think that was the comment, instead of just bombing it in as much as what they have been doing. So yeah, they'll be really keen to, like you say, get out of the game with the 4 points, which is not really that relevant today, but it's always good for confidence. And more importantly, they want to get in and away and ready for next week, injury-free. Absolutely. There's a lot of footy going on around Northern Tasmania. We've got some scores to weave in as we go through. Some games that have already been played, some finals in the north of Tasmania. Also, we'll keep you up to date with the TSL scores. One in particular is a bit interesting into the second quarter. Might just sneak that in. It's Clarence at the moment, 3-5-23, leading the Tigers 2-1-13 down at the Twin Ovals. That's an interesting result. Launceston warming up for next week. They're 78 points in front of Glenorchy at the moment. But our attention now turns, 3 o'clock start here at UTAS Stadium. Umpire Chris Kay, along with Nathan Geeson and Caleb Berkery, are our 3 umpires this afternoon. That's Chris Kay with ball in hand. It's waiting, I think, maybe for the clock to tick over to 3 o'clock. Just waiting for someone to close the gate. Oh, so that's it. Oh, the umpires had to go and close the North Hobart gate from where they ran out. They forgot to close it. Can't have been waiting for the commercials to finish like Channel 7 because we don't have those at this part of the game. But anyway, about to go away. There it is. Rob Soward, City Park Radio, 96.5 and 103.7, starting the action here this afternoon.
Lee versus Meadows, and Lee, as he's done so often, got first hand on, and Bombers have got first use of it. He certainly will want to get off to a good start. North Hobart rally, nice pick up. That's going to be okay. Demons are looking to get into attack. Nice kick out to the far side there. Boundary line's probably going to win. Just in front of Connor Young in the headgear. Connor Young, a bit of a swingman for the Bombers. We've seen him back and forward, and at the moment looks like he's starting in defence for them, which is where he probably made his name early in his career. We've mentioned, obviously, the milestone game for Alex Lee today. Such an important player in this Northern Bombers outfit, up against the young ruckman in Meadows. Meadows this time, but Lee, as he's done often, first hands on, drives it forward. Demons regroup, probably could have been free kick there, held without it. Lots of bodies around the footy. Comes out now. Demons into attack. Big Hail Mary in the middle of the ground. Northern Bombers player dropped what he should have taken. Miller. Umpire said that's going to be a free kick. He's picked the free kick out there, and that's going to be taken to Jack Sandrick. No, it's not. I thought Sandrick was going to get the ball. It's going to be okay. Inside 50 there through the agency of Jordan Roberts. And he's picked out a player, and it looks like Will Groom just inside the boundary line. Dom White, I think, Rob. Dom White. Yep. Eyes are playing tricks on me there, Dave. Bombers defender, 2 hands. Could have marked it, but punches it out into the forward pocket. So boundary throw in, early days, and signs are already for North Hobart. Of course, they're missing big Jack McCulloch, who's scored a lot of goals from through the first half of the season. Yeah, missed the back half through injury. And also without Nick Jackson today as well. With a few injuries picked up last week as Lee wins the tap. Congested, McLeod wins it out. Bingham back to Sandrick, poor kick. Only as far as Simpson. Close quarters to his brother Sam. White snaps for goal to the goal square. Dom White has kicked the first goal of the game from the boundary line. Thank you very much, Dominic White. And he kicks the first goal for North Hobart. They're 1 goal straight, 6 North Launceston yet to score. Great signs early, Max Walker. Yeah, it is, Dave, and just that opportunist goal came from a bit of a sloppy handball from Ben Simpson. Just hit him on the chest, and he was a little bit, I guess, surprised that he did that, and just pinged it straight back over the top of everyone's head and snuck it in for a goal. Good start to young Dom White. Yeah, it is good, and the 32, I called him as the 22, but really, really good goal, opportunistic, and just the start North Hobart wants. So we'll see what happens with that. Former GYC student, Dom White, and played a bit with the Devils as well, I think. Yep. Meadows and Lee doing battle again. Lee, first use. Demons have been good around the middle, clear it out. It's going to be okay. Goal scorer there, moves it on quickly. By hand. Quick kick forward there for the Demons. That'll be another inside 50 for them. All Bombers though at the moment. Young feigns the hand pass. Kicks to the far side. That's a nice mark taken there by Brandon Leary. Leary started on the ball today. Such an exciting player for the Bombers. He goes long to a contest. It looks like Ives. Great mark, Theo Ives.
Good grab.
Very important player for the Bombers in their structure. Probably expect him to give Lee a chop out in the ruck at some stage today. Ives spots up a target. All Demons there at the moment. They should get this out. Nice by hand. Ball use by hand for the Demons has been good. That's a quick kick forward there from Barwick. Far side, they've got the numbers. Thought Sandrick might have taken that, but no, punched over. Going to be a boundary throw in from the wing. Maxie, you've got a score for us.
Yeah, just a quick score in the second semi. Hillwood Sharks 3-3-21. South Launceston Bulldogs 2-5-17. That's a quarter time down at Bridge North Oval, brought to you by Macca, not the hamburger type, but Macca.
Yep, we'll hear from him at half time with a bit of a report on that game. So we get another stoppage here. Earlier there today at Parrot Park, it was South Launceston 11-11-77, defeating Bridge North 10-4-64 in the reserves. Ball up. Lee with the tap. Getting on top in the ruck early against Meadows. Out it comes to Sandrick. He's had a few possessions already, as has White. White gets it back to Sandrick. Left foot kick. Up the wing. Leading out there is Riley Wood. Can't take the mark. And it's going to be a ball up. Centre wing. So North Hobart come to play this afternoon. A bit like Lauderdale last week, Max, with nothing to lose in that game, being their last game. And they spring the surprise over Launceston.
Yep, absolutely. And anything can happen in footy. Like you say, they've got nothing to play for today apart from a bit of pride, North Hobart. So got 6 months to get over it, whereas the Bombers have got 6 days.
They've made great strides this year under the coaching of Adam Bester. A lot more victories, some really good ones. A couple against the Blues at North Hobart. As Alex Lee gets it to Ben Simpson, now to Man Shandon by hand. His 45 kicks pretty good. And it's marked there by Chug. Handball away to Hubbard. Hubbard inside 50 here, looking for Ives. Can't quite take the mark at his bootlaces. From the spillage. Spills out here towards Brad Young. Taken by Cox Goodger. Inside kick now. This is Summers. David Summers to full forward. Over the head there of White. And also a Hearn and out of play. So a young player there, David Summers, we haven't seen before, Max.
No, debuted last week,
yep.
I think.
From South Launceston,
South Launceston Junior, yeah. So North have done pretty well out of South the last couple of years, 2 or 3, 4 years, haven't they? They've had a few that have came and a few have gone back as well, but a good relationship with the feeder club, I guess.
Brad Young wins the tap. Pearce gets it to Cox Goodger, now to Simpson. Further afield, Man Shannon on the boundary line. Doesn't use his left, works back inside and finds Jack Avent. Man on the marks, 45 out, slightly left of centre.
Brandon Leary was really wanting to grab that one, wasn't he? But I think Jack Avent said, no, this one's mine.
Loves a goal, Leary, doesn't he?
Oh, a little bit.
So Jack Avent doesn't get forward for goals too often. Twirls the ball in his hand. We're playing with a yellow footy this afternoon. The later finish. Avent for goal. It's off to the right, one behind. So that's the first score for North Launceston. They are one behind 1 point. North Hobart 1 goal straight, 7 minutes into the first quarter.
North Hobart move the ball out. Oh, it's a poor kick. It's going to be picked up there. It's Nicholas. Man Shandon ran into trouble. I'm asking for a high free kick, and I think the umpire's found one there. He's picked one out there to North Hobart. Player rewarded for getting his head over the footy. It's going to go back from where it came, and that's going to go back in the direction of Charlie Hasty. Hasty moves it across goal. He's picked out Brad Young there. Young gone very wide. Oh, not the best option. Over Hugh Williams' head. The umpire signalled touch. The North Launceston player asking for out on the full, but costly mistake there. You don't want to be making mistakes in that part of the ground. So it'll give the Northern Bombers a chance to regroup, and they're setting up. It'll be very, very dangerous, and I reckon Leary will be rubbing his hands together. Throw in, Ives. Not in dispute there, bodies piling in. North Hobart, lots of bodies around the footy, bit of push and shove there. Ives and Brad Young still going on. Umpire balls it up, about 30 metres out from the Northern Bombers goal. Ives takes it out of the air, swing and a miss. Quick on the boot there from Pearce. Boundary line's going to be the winner, to no one in particular. Just opportunistic there from Pearce. He's usually does a little bit better than that in this part of the ground, but inside the 50, lots of bodies at the moment, so not a lot of space to work. We've just approaching 9 minutes. North Launceston 1 behind, trailing North Hobart 1 goal straight 6.
Boundary throw in. So staying at North, attacking 50 now for 2 or 3 minutes. North Hobart unable to get it out. Now there's an opportunity here through Wright. Sam Wright kicks high outside defensive 50. Chance now to break clear through McLeod. Back to Daly, the skipper. He kicks to half forward. Gee, that's a nice kick from Daly. Colin Stevenson takes it on his left foot. Sweeping kick finds Campbell. Campbell has support from the debutant in Miller. Jack Miller for goal. First goal of TSL, Jack Miller! Has it cleared the line? I think it has. Yes, it has. Well done, young man. Young under 16 player Jack Miller. We were warned today that he's a bit of an excitement machine, and I tell you what confidence Max to put to his first goal at this level.
Yeah, my word. It was set up by an absolutely ripper of a kick on his left there by Stevenson, just out there on the wing, and a quick handball off to young Miller there, and just had the composure, didn't panic. Probably could have ran a little bit further and had a bounce, but he was confident from about 40, 45 out, and got a bit of a lucky bounce where it went forward rather than up to start with, but he'll take them every day if that's going to count for goals at senior footy for him. Well done.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Elgas for your LPG needs statewide. Talk to the locals in Knowledge. Phone 13 11 61. Here's Rob Soward for City Park Radio Sport.
Ian Meadows again, Lee. Again, as he's done this time to Simpson to Leary. He's going to be an inside 50 here. Oh, got what he should have taken there. Bombers swarm. Ball's out in the open now, trying to keep it moving. Bombers asking for a free kick, and the umpire having none of that. So that's probably the first example of where North Launceston have taken the advantage off Lee's hand. Demons have been good round the stoppage. Leary tackled high possibly. Umpire says no. Demons, Sandrick hacks it forward. We've got some more, just doesn't sit for him unfortunately. Bennett, by hand, back to Bennett. Tackled. Oh, taken off him. Umpires could have been holding the ball. No. Bombers have sharked that one back. Aving, quick kick forward. Another inside 50. That's a nice mark taken there by Bailey Mitchell. 45 metres out from goal. Mitchell was going to play on, but just going back. So he's going to have a shot on goal. Likes his chances from here. Perfect day. So, and as Alec Croswell said, no breeze to speak of. So he's going to kick this from just inside 50 on an angle, not far in from the boundary. So it's going to take his best, I'd suggest. Nice approach. Strikes it well, but always right. Always right. No trouble with the distance, but offline. So 11 and a half minutes gone. North Launceston move on to 2 behinds and trail the North Hobart Demons 2 goals straight 12.
The Roos, Clarence Roos 3-6-24, Tigers 3-1-19 at half time. Interesting scoreline. Mark taken by Jordan Roberts. Plays on, round the man on the mark. Kicks to the wing. And you're looking for Sandrick, who's been really busy. There's Jack Sandrick. Best player, I would say, on the ground at the moment. Little short kick, barely the required distance to Daly. Daly spots up wide, another good player. Now he's got players running on the wing. His kick makes his player go backwards a little bit. That is Austin Keeling.
That's the worst kick.
Yeah, it's a terrible kick, Austin Keeling. As he might get lucky here and just at least get a boundary throw in, but just did not hit the target there. The original kick from White, Max, wasn't great either, has to be said.
Behind him, like he had plenty of time and plenty of space to kick it out in front of him, and bit of a lost opportunity there because they had a +1 all down the backside, over the far side in front of the wing there, so they might have been able to get out.
Meadows and Lee. Lee, smart tap out, trying to find Sulzberger. Avent. Mansell, nice little spin. Back to Lee, who's stationary. Sideways, long kick, looking for Hubbard. Hubbard takes the mark. No, he doesn't. Good spoil there from Daly. Hubbard now tackled. And they did well there, North Hobart, to create a negative situation right in the centre of UTAS Stadium.
I've been really impressed with their positivity around the footy, North Hobart. They're just really taking it on.
Charlie Meadows. Outpointed this time again by Lee. Little handball over the top from Simpson to Avent, now to Manchannon, who wants to give the handball. He does now, back to Avent. He's on the wing. Kick inside 50, Cox Goodges there. That's a nice spoil away. And that's the number 31 there in Charlie Hasty. Nice spoil.
Not very often, like nearly 13 and a half, 14 minutes into the first quarter, and we wouldn't have called Cox Goodger.
No, I think just had the one touch so far.
Quiet start.
Long boundary throwing. Lee just using his bulk to get the tap now to Manchandon. He gets some space, kicks under pressure. Dom White should mark this. Gets a hand to it. Over the back, Pearce cruising past. Can't pick it up. Trails it towards the boundary line. Good defence there from Hugh Williams. And out of bounds.
You both made the point at the start of the game how important today is for the Bombers for a tune-up. Well, the car's not running real well at the moment. They just look a little disjointed in their movement of the footy.
It's Demons' defence, that's one big area of their improvement this year. In games where they've gone down, they've managed to maintain a really tight defence, made it hard for their opposition to score. Here's Sulzberger now, he's on attacking 50, back to Pearce. Gets back on his right, kicks to the hot spot. Ahern should take this, or he gets underneath it too far. Big spoil from behind. And it's now going to be a ball up, still inside defensive 50. Inside 50s at the moment, North Launceston 7, North Hobart 3. But North Hobart have kicked 2 goals from those 3 entries, Rob Soward.
Lots of bodies around the footy here as it's inside 50. Ives has put his hand up for the Bombers. He's going to be the man that takes it, gives it to Simpson. No, bit of a falcon to his teammate there. Demons come away from it, open space. Bounce doesn't suit anyone except the Bombers player. I think that was Avent.
Leaf Lang, I think.
Leaf Lang.
Yep. 2 blondies back there, Leaf Lang and Nicholas.
Asking for a free kick. The umpire said, no, I'll ball that one up. So, fortuitous there. Ball just didn't sit for the Demons player. Umpire's clearing it out. The ruckman do battle. Nice tap down there from Ives. The Demons come away with it though. Really like their setup at the moment. That was Daly. Pumps it inside 50. That's
free kick.
Holding free kick, was it? And it's going to be a mark or a free kick to Matthew Campbell. So I'm not sure what happened there. It might have been holding.
Yeah, I think it was a holding one, Rob. Might have been against Leaf Lang.
Did call it early, so ball was in the air. So Campbell's going to go back here and he's going to try and do something that we don't see too often here at York Park, and that is the opponent get a good jump on the North Launceston Bombers. He's going to hit this from around about 35. He's on an angle just in front of the Railway Workers Hill. Strikes it well. Strikes it really well. The goal umpire loves that one. The crowd, the North Hobart crowd here, we can hear them through the effects mic. Maxie Walker and North Hobart move on to 3 goals straight 18. North Launceston 0-2-2.
Max 3 goals from 4 entries.
Yeah, that's a pretty good effort, isn't it? Good conversion rate, and a bit like you guys, not quite sure what the first whistle was there for on that occasion, but even without it, the guys, Matthew Campbell stood up, or he didn't stand up, he took the mark on his knees, but a really confident finish there by him too. It wasn't on the easiest of angles, but really good start to the North Hobart Demons, 3 straight to North Launceston, 2 behinds.
Well, we've got a couple of upsets in the offing because Clarence lead the Tigers at half-time by 4 or 5 points. So, yeah, interesting results here at the moment. Launceston well ahead of Glenorchy, so no chance of an upset there. Sandrick now with the free kick. Back to McLeod. McLeod goes here towards left half forward. Hilda gets too far under it, and Declan Chugg does the wise thing and knocks it out of play. 17 minutes in. The Demons lead by 16 points. Their chance last week to keep their finals dream alive with that game against Clarence, but probably the most disappointing performance of the season, I'd say, last week from North Hobart, going down against Clarence at North Hobart Oval. It was Ives in the ruck this time, wins a tap to himself. They dive on top of the ball. Umpire lets it go, fair time. And umpire Caleb Burkery comes in to ball it up once again. In the bright sunshine, we're playing with a yellow pill. So we'll be a little bit dark by the time we finish. McLeod does well to shovel it out towards Sandrick. He's tackled by Leary. So just a little bit of negative play here for the moment. How have you seen the start of the game, Max?
Yeah, look, it's been all one-way traffic, isn't it? The even though they've only had 4 entries into their forward 50, North Hobart have been certainly looked a lot more positive in the manner that they're going forward and have a bit more structure than the Bombers, which we haven't said that for quite a few weeks, but so far North Hobart are looking a lot more, as we see them get another free kick there just by attacking the ball.
Tyler McGuinness, one of the heroes of the Tasmanian State game a few weeks ago. Tyler McGuinness, long boot inside the goal square, but good mark taken back there by Lockie Mitchell. There's a whistle on play.
He marked it, and he has gone through the goals, so umpire Kay there has said, mate, you ran off his line, so he's got to come back and run in a straight line.
So Lockie Mitchell, who's been one of the most improved in the TSL in season 2023. Sewn up his position there in the back pocket for North Launceston. Up here looking for his brother, yes. It's Bailey Mitchell, wearing my old number, 37. Must be a good player. There's a little chip kick.
I wonder who's in the back line, Dave.
That's right. Ben Simpson, another chip here towards Leary. Leary takes off, right against the boundary line. Funny old kick to half forward, not to the advantage there of Pearce. And will fall over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in. Been playing nearly 20 minutes here in the first quarter at UTAS Stadium. North Hobart 18, lead North Launceston 2.
I heard St Pat's actually retired 37 Maxi after he left. Did you hear that?
Yep, it's hanging up in the club rooms, a bit like Michael Jordan, I think, for the Bulls.
An old Hessian one, I reckon.
Very similar.
Long sleeve, always long sleeve.
Absolutely. Would expect nothing less, fellas. Anyway, Demons are going to come away from it here. I really like their use by hand, although that's probably not the handball. Bombers swoop. It looks that's going to be okay. Nice kick out of defence there. Big punch there from Campbell. Drew drives it forward there. Miller. Should be the Bombers here. They've got time. Young. Good desperation there from the Demons. Just getting throwing their bodies in there. Bombers come away with it. Chug held up. Really like the Demons' attack on the footy.
Max, they're not letting them escape from the stoppage.
No, it was a bit of a waste of an opportunity there too, just through inexperience. Young Miller grabbed the ball there, and instead of just looking inside and had an easy handball, he just kicked it to a one-on-one contest.
Taken away there from Bingham by he picked his pocket. Another inside 50 there for the Demons. Good pressure there from Lee Flang. It's going to be okay, but just a tale of two cities at the moment with North Hobart, their endeavour, they're throwing themselves in, real purpose. North Launceston look a little bit flat, so I'm sure at quarter time, Alec will give us an update on what Brad Cox-Goodger has had to say about that. Boundary throw in, just inside 50. Lots of pressure around the footy. Umpires picked a free kick out.
North Hobart kick. Simpson, as he tried to kick it, he put his arm up and got the guy in a headlock.
Yes, Dave Moore talked about Jack Sandrick being probably the best player on the ground early doors. Sandrick from about 60 metres out drives it deep inside 50. Lots of bodies around the footy. Umpires picked a free kick out, and it's a North Hobart free kick.
There's Matthew Campbell again, Rob.
Yeah,
number 26.
I'm not sure what happened there.
He's holding his head, so
thumped in the back of the head, I'd say. There were lots of bodies around the footy when Sandrick drove it in. Campbell's going to line up for his second. He's only about 20 metres out straight in front. Shouldn't miss this. Strikes it beautifully, but hits the post. Will that come back and haunt them later on? But it's all North Hobart at the moment. 3 goals, 1-19. North Launceston, 2 behinds. 22 minutes gone first quarter.
Fast start for Lilydale down at Georgetown in the Div 1 prelim for the NTFA. Lilydale 5-2-32 leads St Pat's 3-3-21. So North Launceston in possession. You're looking for Griffiths. It's cut off though. Taken there by Meadows, who gets it to McLeod. Wormburner, good pick up. Back now to Hasty. This way, that away. Gets free. Poor kick inside 50 straight to Connor Leaflang. Takes it comfortably on the pain of defensive 50. Short now to his backline mate there in Chug. Great smother. Dom White. He's 45 out for his second in the first quarter. Off to the left. The right, sorry. One behind. So they're peppering at the moment, the D's. 3-2-20. Leading North Launceston 2 behinds, 2 points. Quick breakaway from defence through Bennett. Now to man Shannon, who gets round Sandrick. Little chiselling kicks, a good one to Avent on the boundary line. Jackie Avent takes his time. Here the leading Griffiths takes a strong mark. Been quiet so far. Lead out is beautiful to Cox Goodger. He thinks about playing on. The man of the mark has crouched over the mark. That was Austin Keeling, and Cox Goodger will be marched to the top of the goal square, and it's a lay-down misère from there.
He certainly, Keeling knew what was going to happen. He just did it too quick. He just needed to stand still or tread water or do something for just 3 or 4 seconds before Cox Goodger was always going to run around onto that left boot.
First goal of the game for North Launceston to Brad Cox Goodger, and it comes 24 minutes into the first quarter. You can believe that. 1-2-8, North Hobart 3-1-19. Inside 50, Groobs has said the score is wrong on the scoreboard. Thanks, Groobs. It's 3-2-20, North Hobart.
They were listening. They just updated it.
They've updated it. They know Groobs is the best in the business.
How many jobs do you have to do, Groobs?
Hit outs at the moment, 23 to North Launceston, 3 to North Hobart. How's that for dominance? But the clearances are only 9-8 the Bombers' way. Inside 50s, 9 to North Launceston and 7 to North Hobart.
Update from Parrot Park. The Bulldogs, that being South Launceston, up by 4 points at the moment, thanks to a goal from Lee.
Lee off the ground at the moment. This Lee here, Leary drives that forward for the Bombers. Hearn tackled, probably went on with that a little bit long there. Umpire says no, and Shannon's asking for the free kick. We'll talk before the game about whether they'd give Alex Lee a bit of a rest today. It looks like he's ready to come back on, but very important player for the Bombers, leading into what will be the big one next week against Kingborough. Boundary umpire directly in front of us throws it in. Ives in ruck. He takes it away, Ives, chips it forward, only as far as Daly. Ball bobbling around. North Hobart have got the numbers there. Player ridden into the ground. Umpire's letting it go. He's going to, not me more, he's not. He's going to say, I'll have that one. Going to ball it up again just in front of us. 25 minutes gone. North Hobart 20, North Launceston 8.
I'm interested in Matthew Campbell playing up forward. He's usually a backman, but with Nick Jackson out of the side and Leaf Hebber as well, I need more forward options.
Got the rolling maul back into the centre square there. Ives still in the ruck. Lee still on the sidelines. And it's just interesting to see how much time they give him. Ives takes that one out of the air. And then Shannon ridden into the ground. Umpire calls play on. Demon steady. That's going to be okay. Daly, high kick. Probably not the best option. Bounce favours the Northern Bombers player in Hubbard. Drives it deep inside 50. Players wrestling. Cox Goodger thrown off it. Lots of bodies around the footy. Hack kick forward there. Lee back on the ground now. Demon scrambling. Trying to get some bodies around it to get it out of there. Manchin. Quick hands at Cox Goodger. Throws it on the boot. Drives it long. Bradley Cox Goodger. What a fantastic goal. Had no real estate to work with there. But what a fantastic effort. Taking the wind out of him too. Got dealt with late there, Maxie Walker. But 2 important goals to North Launceston.
And more importantly, Rob, 2 goals to Bradley Cox Goodger. I mentioned at the 14-minute mark, he touched it once or something, and now in about 2 minutes he kicks 2 goals and brings it back to a 6-point ball game instead of us sitting here at quarter time saying how dominant North Hobart have been. All of a sudden we're going, wow, we've got a really close contest here.
Launceston 15-9-99, lead Glenorchy 3-3-21. And half-time, I think it's probably in the third quarter now. I'll try and get an update there, but Clarence are in front of the Tigers at half-time. From the ball up, Sulzberger dives in. Little handball comes out. It's now with Daly, who receives it there from Josh Cleaver. Out wide towards Hilda and Nicholas. Nicholas wins this one. Mitch Nicholas. Handball over the top here, looking for Manchin. He gets a friendly bounce. Thinks about getting it back to Nicholas. Runs the full 360. And a beautiful centering kick there to Bailey Mitchell. Mitchell switches over here towards Avent. He's got support from Chug, but he kicks inside 50. Poorly. Oh, McLeod drops a mark he should have taken. Brad Young's in there. He's laying on it. So just a little error there from young McLeod. And didn't cost them anything, but does keep the ball deep inside their defensive 50 for the Demons. Chris Kay throws it up. Lee with a tap. Cox Goodger, did he get a push in the back? He didn't. Hugh Williams working hard. No one can pick the ball up. 28 minutes gone, dying seconds of the quarter. Ives emerges. In fact, it's Griffiths. Gets it to Avent. Back to Chugg. Dodges around nicely. Declan Chugg. So at the top of the goal square, Ahern dives in. But good work there from the North Hobart defence. We'll see the player is in the bottom of the contest because he really had to commit himself, and he did.
Probably unlucky not to get a kick because...
Yep.
Riley Wood.
Riley Wood, yep.
The only way he could describe it was that they jumped on his head.
Lee, little handball. Riley Wood again. He's tackled from behind. Holds it up. Another ball up.
They certainly won't want to concede another one, Dave, will they?
No. Seconds left, I reckon, in this first quarter. Lee. Riley Wood again involved. Picks it up. He's tackled. Loses possession. Sulzberger launches at goal. Smothered. Nice spin by White. Tackled against the boundary line. Not deliberate, despite the pleas there from the North Launceston players. So they're holding on at North Hobart, and it'll be a real feather in their cap if they can lead at quarter time against the team that's second on the ladder and was heavily favoured to win well here today. It's a good first stanza from North Hobart. Over the back of the contest, attempted kick out of mid-air by McGuinness. Leary can't get a kick away. Ugly footy. McGuinness again, tossed aside. And we're going to get another ball up. A lot of stoppages in this first quarter, as demonstrated by the hit-out stats. Get to those in a moment, but it is now quarter time here at UTAS Stadium. And it's North Launceston trailing 2-2-14. North Hobart 3-2-20. Who's doing the goal kickers, boys?
Maxie.
Yep, North Hobart, they've got 3 individual goal kickers at the moment. Matthew Campbell, Dominic White and young Jack Miller. And for the North Launceston Bombers, 2 to their coach, number 1, Bradley Cox-Goodger.
Team stats to quarter time, thanks to Dave Gruber. Hit outs 30-4. So North Launceston through the agency of Lee and Ives. They're really dominant there. Clearances though, they're just leading by the 2. They lead 12-10 to the Northern Bombers. Inside 50s, 11 to the Bombers, 7 to North Hobart. Marks inside 52 to North Launceston, 1 to North Hobart. Free kicks. North Launceston didn't get a free kick in that first quarter. Don't often see that. No. But having said, there was only 6 to North Hobart. Yep. Intercept marks 2 to North Launceston, 1 to North Hobart. Rob?
Yeah, I was just going to say, the thing that, well, there's a few things that concern the Bombers, but that dominance in the ruck that you highlighted there, Dave, but the fact that they can't control the clearances against someone like a Kingborough, who've got very, very good big men and very good on-ballers, alarm bells would be going off everywhere. So be interesting to see if that's mentioned at quarter time.
Just something Cros can tell us about after the break as well, but I just noticed as soon as that siren went, Jack Sandrick just encouraged these players to come and get in the shade, because it is quite warm there today, first or second day of spring, and a nice lovely day here in the north, and yeah, pretty smart move, just getting into the shade away from that heat for a little while.
Impressed with the Demons first quarter, Max?
Yeah, I was. A bit disappointed for their own perspective about the scoreboard, because it possibly should have been a little bit more of a lead to them, but certainly dominated the quarter. They're behind in inside 50s quite a bit. They're behind in the ruck. As we've pointed out there, Alex Lees and Eyes have started extremely well, but they're getting the ball, they're not panicking, they're sharing it around. What I have been impressed with as well, they're not all sucked into the play. Also, if you see a North Hobart player, you can nearly guarantee that if they turn around, there's a bloke 10 or 12 metres sitting off the pack just to release that handball and give a bit of run and carry. Just swapping to the North Launceston camp for a minute, I watched Willman Shandon and Jack Avent there for a little while, and if Willman Shandon's not a clone of Avent in the years to come, I'll go he, because I just think he's modelling his game on Avent. You know, we've seen him start as a small forward, as a winger, but now he's just getting more involved with every game. He's just, he's nearly a twin to the way he plays against Avent. Yeah.
Quarter time here at UTAS Stadium. It's North Hobart 3-2-20, leading the Bombers 2-2-14. Back here in just a moment.
Play your cards right this winter with new LPG deals from Elgas. Whether you're moving in or you're settled in, make the switch online today. From LPG account credits, fixed pricing and carbon offset options, Elgas has got you covered. Don't lose out this winter. Visit the website, choose your new deal and sign up today. Go online, www.elgas.com.au. Elgas, local, safe and reliable.
A sponsor of City Park Radio.
What if I told you there's a job out there where you can really make a difference? Where you can inspire others and be inspired? Where your workmates make you laugh constantly? Not only that, but you could work from home, set your own days and hours, and find financial freedom. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, it's not. If you love working with children, join our Thrive Group family and become one of our family daycare educators. Give us a call on 6341 1555 or visit thrivegroup.org.au. Thrive Group, proud sponsor of City Park Radio.
You're listening to Tasmanian State League Football on City Park Radio.
Dave Moore here with you on City Park Radio 103.7 and 96.5, together with Rob Soward, Maxie Walker, Alec Croswell on the boundary, and Dave Gruber on stats. Just an interesting score, boys, from down the Twin Ovals. And at the moment, there's just been a score, so I'll just wait for that. Yeah, it's Clarence 44 leading the Tigers 26, 8-44 to 3-2-20. So a little bit of a turn up there as well. And of course, as I mentioned before, Launceston well on top of Glenorchy. What do you got for us, Rob?
Just going to talk about turn-ups. It's been a little bit of a nip and tuck. I think this is the current score. South Launceston 41, Hillwood 28. So the Dogs in front of the minor premiers, the Sharks.
And we heard that Lilydale were in front of St Pat's at quarter time. I think Alec might be ready for us already down there. He's come out of the Northern Bombers huddle there with Brad Cox-Goodger addressing the team. What do you got for us, Alec?
Yeah, Foz, as you can imagine, Brad Cox-Goodger has given his players a fair serve down here. He's really hit the midfielders right between the eyes. He wants more from them. He actually questioned whether they were awake, so not happy with the first quarter. He really wants them to clean up the ground ball, control the footy, and trying to get some defensive pressure in the North Hobart forward line. So they got a lot of goals from stoppages that quarter, and they want to even those up or improve those going forward.
No worries, mate. Any injury concerns for either team that you could spot?
Nothing major down here, Foz. Coach Brad Cox-Goodyer just had a gash on the shin that he's got cleaned up.
Okay.
A little bit of a hobble, but nothing too bad.
Thanks, mate. We'll talk to you again during the second quarter. You got an update there in that Lilydale St Pat score, Rob?
Yeah, I do. And a bit of a turnaround. So update, St Patrick's 67, Lilydale 53.
Might be a breeze up there at Blue Gum Park.
Could well be, but they've certainly battened down the hatches, haven't they, after that early score where the Demons were in front.
A couple of women's scores from earlier today. Bridge North 5-11-41, defeated OL's 4-3-27, so Bridge North through to the grand final in the NTFAW Premier. And in Div 1, it was Meander Valley 8-8-56, defeating Georgetown 1-1-7. Meander Valley versus Deloraine, I think it is, Max, in the grand final there in the NTFA Div 1 women's.
Women, it is. It should be a great bit of rivalry for the Meander Valley there. Deloraine versus Westbury, or Meander Valley as they are known as a football club, but play out of Westbury.
Yep.
So it'd be awesome to see those communities get to the grand final next week and support the players of their town.
And the Parrots are undefeated in the women's as well. So
great effort.
Yeah.
Of course, there's a state premiership up for grabs there too. I think Wynyard won the women's down the northwest last weekend. Earlier today here, North Launceston 16-14-1-10 defeated North Hobart 3-5-23 in the D League. So North Launceston finished top of the ladder and are big favourites in that competition. And in the under-18s, it was North Hobart with an exciting 6-point win over North Launceston, 9-6-60 to 8-6-54.
Great game of footy, that one, Foz.
And well umpired.
Oh, extremely well umpired. Surprised that one in particular is probably
a young
not,
umpire. I think he's M. Walker was.
He probably should be running around at 3 o'clock in this game, I would have thought. But a bit hard done by, I think.
Umpire Nathan Geeson holds the ball up. Second quarter action here at UTAS Stadium. Here's Rob Sauer.
Lee versus Meadows. Lee again heading to that tally of dominant hitouts. Lots of bodies crashing around the middle. Demons come away with it. Lots of movement by hand. Quick kick forward. That one's going to be okay. Moved on really quickly. First inside 50 will be for the Demons. No, it's gone wide, and that's a mark taken there by Barwick. Jonty Barwick. Heads in, and a great mark. Fantastic mark. Cohen Stevenson. Thought he was going to go inside 50 with the other kick, predicted it wrong, went wide, but Stevenson on the lead, presented strongly and took a terrific mark under some intense Northern Bombers pressure.
Great mark.
Strong mark, just one grab. Looked a little bit unbalanced as he went for it, but just tended to take it behind his head a little bit.
Right on the boundary line, so what a start this would be for North Hobart inside the first minute. Stevenson on the left, drives it in. It's going to be okay! Coward Stevenson gets the North Hobart Demons off to a flyer. They move on to 4-2-26, North Launceston 2-2-14. Great passage of play there. Moved it forward. Stevenson, a terrific mark. Great goal, Max.
And to make it even higher level of difficulty on the left foot there from that pocket, he was full of confidence, and as soon as it left his boot, he was had the smile on the face. He knew which direction it was going.
I tell you what, Dom White has owned that wing today on the far side in the first quarter, and now he's on the near side here. He's had lots of involvements. He kicked the first goal of the game. So let's see if they can win the centre clearance again here, the Demons. Meadows, but Lee wins it out now to Simpson. They've done that well today. Simpson to Avent, takes a bounce on the railway wing, takes a second bounce, pursued by Sandrick. Kick inside 50, overrunning it is Jordan Roberts. Ahern, handball's here towards Sulzberger. The battle is won there though by the North Hobart defence. Player diving in there, might have been David Monks, the number 36 it was. Did a good job to bottle it up. So ball up 30 metres out from the Bombers' goal. They trail by 2 goals. Lee, but sharked here by Daly. Just kicks quickly to the centre of the ground. No one can take the mark. North Hobart player tackled by 2 Bombers. So as Alex said, Brad Cox Goodyear not too impressed with the start here today. It's not the warm-up they want leading into next week. See what they can do for the remaining 3 quarters. Dom White is caught with the ball. Tackle laid there by McGuinness. It's great to see Tyler McGuinness back in the team after being knocked out in the state game, Max, in that last quarter.
Yes, yeah. He's
bounced
back. Started really well today too.
Lee knocks it clear of the contest. Pursuing it is Griffiths. Handball's backwards now to Chug. Long handball to space to Leary. Gets out of trouble. Left foot, centering, kicks a beauty. Gee, that's a good left foot kick, and it hits on the chest there, Bailey Mitchell. Short now to Nicholas, who's got forward. The leading out player, not a great kick by Nicholas. It's Pearce. He's got it. 50 out. Short kick. Falls straight in the lap of David Monks in defence for the North Hobart Demons.
Monks was in just the right place there. Pretty ordinary looking kick over Miller's head. Bombers have got the numbers there. They're going to come away with it. Simpson, inside out. Diving mark taken. No.
Might be in trouble now.
Oh, thought that was a mark there taken by, I'm just trying to see who
Young
that
Summers, was it? Number 71.
Yeah, I thought he'd marked that, but the umpire said no. A couple of blades of grass. Touched it first, just outside the 50 for the Bombers. Lee taps it down. Leary was looking for it, didn't get it. Falls beautifully there. Sam Simpson hacks it forward. And inside 50 for the Bombers. What can they do? North Hobart steady. They've been really good in defence all day today. Bit of frustration. I want to be careful here. They'll give away a free kick. No need for that. Ball's out of play. Didn't like what happened there. I think that was a Hearn. Boundary umpire's going to throw this one in. Forward pocket for the Northern Bombers. Lee front position ahead of Meadows. Demons take it away. Lee crumbs his own spoil there. Quick kick forward through for one behind, which moves North Launceston on a 2-3-15. North Hobart 4-2-26.
Youngster Tyler McGuinness. Well, I think when that VFL team starts in 2025, he could well be one that'll be involved. Classy player. Lets me down by kicking it over the head. He's ruckman there in Meadows, out of play.
Always a curse, that one.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you what, one of my favourite North Hobart players in recent years has been Hugh Williams Senior. I'm glad he's retired. No disrespect to you if you're watching.
One of your favourite, I'm glad he's
retired.
No,
if you're watching you, because now I can just call Hugh Williams.
Yeah, that's right.
The number 2, Hugh Williams.
And no
he's also one of my favourite players, that's correct. Boundary throw in. There's Lee, but it's sharked again by North Hobart. They're winning a lot of the clearances, this time through Daly. Up towards Campbell, who kicked a goal in the first quarter, should have kicked 2. This time he's tackled well by Leaflang. Play on. Well done, Connor Leaflang. He wrestled it out of the contest. He Gets it back from Chug. Gee, Connor Leafling, he gets through his own teammates and the opponents, and then gets it off to Griffiths. Back to Declan Chug on the follow-up. Kick semi-smothered. The dangerous Leary waits on the handball. Over the top. Is that Leafling again? No, there's a big clash there. That was Leafling. He followed the play up. He's run about 100 metres.
He's probably wishing he didn't follow it up then, because not quite sure who it is running back to fullback, but he certainly made his bottom touch the ground.
He just about put him on the Glebe farm.
Your favourite player, Hugh Williams, it was.
Yep. Boundary throw in. Out the back from Lee. But now towards Hasty, who's pretty hasty with the handball and coughs it up. Towards half forward. Tackle from behind is a good one by Jordan Roberts. And Alec Croswell makes a comment to me via text that Alec Lee has been dominant in the hit-outs, and the stats bear that out. He's had, what's that now, groups? 38-5 the hit-outs today. Ball up, he wins another one. Once again taken away by North Hobart through McGuinness. Now there's been a high tackle back on play, which I think Max saw. Tell us about it, Max.
Yeah, he just a bit of frustration there, I think. It was
Simpson.
Against Simpson.
Yeah. Going towards McGuinness. The relief for the Demons at halfback.
Yeah, he started to come into the game, McGuinness, and as you say, an exciting player. Goes along to the wing. Bombers have got the numbers, should have taken that.
Too high.
Great pressure around the football. Umpires picked a free kick out, and as umpire Walker said, he's found it in the Sam Simpson. Beautifully smothered there. Demons are away. Move it on quickly. Kick inside 50. The direction of Stevenson again. No, not this time. Bombers regroup. Fletcher Bennett. Handball smothered. Runs into an open goal. Oh, and hits the post.
Cohen Stevenson.
Should have been a handball, though. Should have been a handball. His teammate would be very disappointed in that.
Bombers move it out quickly. Ben Simpson to Ahern. Cross half back. Ahern's a long way from home. Or starting forward. Umpires invited him to play on. Nice left foot kick forward. Pearce bumped off it. North Hobart will be happy to see that one out over the boundary line, and Austin Keeling gives a little wave as it's out of bounds on the half forward flank for North Hobart.
Boundary throw right in front of the interchange benches. Alec Croswell, have you seen the first part of this quarter?
Yeah, good contest, Dave. It seems just a little bit quiet down here, actually. Yeah, North Launceston bench pretty flat and pretty quiet, so surprising.
So whistle on play. Play on now through Avent. Tries to spot up Cox. Goodrew nearly takes a miracle mark. The spillage is taken by Pearce. Oh, taking his eye off the ball there, I think it was Summers. In fact, it was Hubbard. Back now to Leary. Gets himself in trouble. Handball over the top looking for Griffiths, who's right against the boundary line. Gets around Keeling. Banana kick Griffiths. Not accurate though. Near side. Rob?
Leary's very different today. He's normally so instinctive. He's just looking for things, isn't he? Just seems to be a little bit off today.
4-3-27 to 2-4-16.
One of our favourites here at City Park Radio, Brandon Leary.
Absolutely. He's kicked some beauties over the last few seasons. So we've got a whistle back on play. I think we're going to have the kick out once again. So it's North Hobart by 11 points, 9.25 minutes into the second quarter. And the skipper, Callan Daly, had his injury concerns through the year, hamstrings, but back in the team. Tries to spot up teammate there in Roberts, but it's taken away by Young. Now back to Sulzberger, sideways handball to Lee, who was standing still. Kicks, Keeling makes a spoil, off hands to Griffiths, had more time, kicks to the goal square. Ives takes a great mark. Too strong, Theo Ives. Right next to the goal square. And a chance to get the Northern Bombers within one kick. What's become a bit of an arm wrestle in this second quarter.
Just positioned his body a lot better then, just turned his back to the play so the ball would drop in his hands, and the North Hobart defender had no chance of getting near it.
Theo Ives will kick from about 15 out. Slight angle, left foot, has kicked the goal for North Launceston. That's his first, the Bombers' third, and they trail now by 5 points here at UTAS Stadium.
They just looked like they were under pressure. I know that was whilst it was a contested mark, there wasn't a lot of pressure on him then, Theo Ives, but everything North Launceston doing at the moment. Just seems to be, like you said, Rob, questioning themselves sort of subconsciously or whatever, but just the pressure that North Hobart are being able to apply to them, making them look not like a top 2 side at the moment.
Progress score at Twin Ovals. Clarence 6-10-46. Lead the Tigers 4-3-27. And massive score here for Launceston. Gee, they're tuning up for next week. 22-14-146. Leading Glenorchy 6-6-42. Rob Sowett.
Lee again, first hand on. Simpson had it, lost it. Umpire said, I will go again. As we're standing here, we've got a beautiful look at the 3 circles with a little circle inside it across the centre square area of York Park. This one's on the farthest away from us of the centre circles. We'll get another ball up. Lee again. Bombers come away with it. Sulzberger. Nicholas. At the man Shandon. Slips as he kicks. It's going to be, it's going to be all right. The man Shandon, he butters up. Demon setting up really well behind the footy. Moving it on quickly by hand. Good smother from Young. It was unfortunate there from Hilda. Chopped off across half back there by Hugh Williams. He's got his head over it, Hugh Williams, and he's going to earn himself a free kick. Pearce disappointed, but the free kick looked like it was there. Hugh Williams loads up on the wing. Ball's going to land just outside Fisty. Fletcher Bennett, big fist. Great work from the Northern Bombers defender there. He certainly had, Matthew Campbell had a nice run at that. Fletcher Bennett punching it over. Boundary throw in just around from us here, just outside 50. 12 minutes gone. North Hobart 27, North Launceston 22. Ives in the ruck now. Umpire's found a free kick for holding. He's picked that one out. It's going to be
Big Charlie.
Meadows. Gives it by hand to the skipper. Inside 50 there. Bombers player Lee Fling jumping up and down, but he had hold of Campbell, so clearly there. Not sure why he was disappointed with that one. Maybe that the umpire caught him perhaps. But Campbell always deserving a free kick there. Big strong body. He's setting himself for a shot on goal, and he's going to hit this from around about 45, just in from the boundary. Need to be a good one. Push it across the face. Stevenson in a mix there. Chug. Hand on. And that's going to be okay. Good steady, cool head there from Declan Chug. And punches that one out. So it's going to be a boundary throw in the other forward pocket. See what they can do here. Lots of players inside 50. Umpire throws it in. Ives front position. Pearce looking to clear it. Does so by hand. Goes over Chug's head. It's going to be okay. Demons come away with it. Whoa! Didn't see him. Umpire said holding.
High tackle.
Oh, high tackle. He's going to be holding the ball. Pearce made that tackle, and it's going to be a free kick to Harrison McLeod.
Bit unlucky, I thought.
Yeah.
It's all right from this distance.
They're a lot closer than us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
McLeod drives it in. Packet players forms. Lots of bodies around it. I think that's Ives there. Is it being held up? No, it's not Ives. It's player 38, Mitch Nicholas.
Ball up, right in front of the goal here for North Hobart. They'd like to get a goal out of this attacking foray. North Launceston defender tackle. Today's broadcast brought to you by Elgas. For your LPG needs statewide, talk to the locals with knowledge. Phone 13 11 61. Margin is 5 points. North Hobart in front. And somewhat of a surprise here at UTAS Stadium. Pearce sweeping, clearing kick here, looking for Oscar Mansell. Riley Wood does well though. Wins the contest. To John White, has to be quick with the kick. He is, but he's under pressure and coughs it straight up to Simpson. Now that might have been touched.
Yeah, it must have been probably the first. It's probably not his fault that it was touched either. First error we've seen from Don White today.
Good little one-on-one there from Riley Wood against Oscar Mansell.
Just kept it in, didn't he?
Ball up, 20 metres out from the Demons' goal. Pearce works it to the boundary line, sees it over. Some stats here for Dave Gruber. Hit-outs continually won by North Launceston, 13-3. Clearances 7-5, their Bombers' way. Inside 50s, 6 apiece in this quarter. So they both had chances. But since quarter time, just 1 goal apiece through 15 and a half minutes. Boundary throw in. Sandrick working hard. Handball comes out from Ives. Griffiths can't quite pick it up. Forces it forward to Mitchell, Lockie Mitchell. Good tackle laid there on White. He penalised for holding the ball. Play on now through Simpson. 45 kick to Hubbard. Sideways kick now to Bennett. They can attack now from the grandstand side of the ground. Bennett to Nicholas. Back to Leaflang. This is the footy we like to see from North Launceston. As the lead is from Leary, who takes the mark. Man on the mark is about 40 out. And Max is saying goal already.
He's already pulled the triggers.
Max, that was a really fluid passage of play from the Northern Bombers. That's what we're used to.
Yeah, I thought they might have overdone it with that extra handball to Leaflang there, but he managed to just straighten himself up a little bit and compose and handed it off to my man, Leary.
Brandon Leary shuffles in to put the Bombers in front. It's coming back, it's a goal. And the Northern Bombers have hit the front here at UTAS Stadium. They've worked hard against a very, very determined North Hobart, but they're now in front by 1 point. 16 and a half minutes gone in the second quarter.
Yeah, good finish there by Leary, and like I say, good build-up through Hubbard to the middle, just switched it out to the wing here, and little handball across the top, like I said, to Leaflang, and straightened up. Found the ever-reliable hands of number 5, Brandon Leary.
And Rob, that's 32 goals for the season now to Brandon Leary.
Yeah, what a great return for a small forward. He's a real excitement machine, Leary, and just might add to his confidence scoring something like that. As we said, he looked a little hesitant early, but that's terrific. So Bombers are in front, and maybe this is the sort of hit-out they want, the tough, grinding hit-out, not an easy win. Demons come away with it, though, there. McGuinness coughs it up. Pearce for Bombers, head over it. Ives comes away with it, inside 50, direction of Lee, punches it on, giving his forwards a look at it. Demons regroup, though, doesn't quite sit. Oh, I reckon that's... Oh, the umpire's...
it was well-disguised slip.
Giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Riley Wood.
He's walked that one up, Riley Wood. He sort of, like it was his dance partner. He's taken it over the line, and Bombers can't believe it. But anyway, almost just close to the behind post here when this is thrown in, deep inside the Northern Bombers 50. Lee takes it out of the air. Lots of bodies around the footy. Ball comes away. Quick hack kid out there. I think that was McGuinness. Ball bounces in the square through the circles. Ives gathers. Caught. Great tackle. Umpire says no. He's going to ball that one up. That's a terrific tackle there. Cohen Stevenson kicked a great goal early after a terrific mark, and that's a really, really good tackle. Probably could have got rewarded there. Ives taps it down. Manshandon kicks out to the wing. Ball sits, that's going to be okay. That's a nice mark taken there by Ethan Hubbard. Just outside 50. Avin, I think that is, chips in, takes the mark. Goes out to Manshandon. My prediction, crystal ball work there. Manshandon's got a player on short, and it's that man. Again.
I think Nathan Pearce went like that. He thought, why? That was meant for me. Where have you come from, Leary?
That man, Leary, would not let that one go. No. That's for sure. No. It's a really, really nice read. He's just chopped into the space there, Brandon Leary. Chance for his second goal in about 2 minutes. Stuttering run-up's going to hit it from just inside 50, straight in front. Leans back on it, guides it wide. Probably didn't strike it as he'd wanted to. Pushed it across the face. North Launceston 4-5-29, I think that is.
Yep.
North Hobart 4-3-27, Dave Moore.
Grubbs is onto it. He's got it right on our scoreboard and on the stream scoreboard. There's a beautiful kick comes out from defence from Roberts to McLeod. Roberts runs on to get the receiving handball, so he's gained some meterage there. He kicks to half forward, but he's going to kick it straight to Bennett. No, Miller got in the way. Brave stuff there from Jack Miller. Kicked a lovely goal earlier. Handballs it over to White, who's tackled immediately. And it'll be a ball up. So good movement out of defence there from the Demons. Taking the game on was Jordan Roberts.
Well, they exploited it really well, wasn't he? He was on Alex Lee, so he knew that he had him for pace, and probably had the confidence to just run and know that might have gave up the chase a little bit easy there, but excusable for a 150 gamer.
There's Manshandon now, handball sideways to Hubbard. He didn't see the tackler. Might have been caught high, though he was, by Bingham. So we play on now. Here they go through Manshandon, who's tackled by McLeod. Has the wherewithal to get the handball away to Sulzberger. He goes wider now towards Mitchell. Mitchell kicks inside 50. It's a great kick. Well done, Bailey Mitchell. He hits Lee, the 150 gamer, on the chest. 20 out, slight angle. Rob, you got something for us while he's lining up?
Just a quick update for the listeners there. South Launceston 53, Hillwood 28 in the second semi in the Premier League, Dave.
Get John Lilydale and some pats in a minute there, Rob. And got a message here from Alec. We'll get to him after this shot on goal. And St Pat's 76, Lilydale 69, so a 7-point margin there. We suspect there's a breeze in that game. Alex Lee for a goal in his 150th. Across the face, one behind. They're now in front by 3 points, the Northern Bombers. Alec, what do you got for us?
If I was North Hobart big man Ryan Edmondson, number 11, had a very hard fall in the contest and now is in the hands of the trainers.
Okay.
Just on the bench, so I'll keep you updated.
Thank you. He's been quiet today, Ryan Edmondson, but he's a key player for North Hobart. As we've got a kick now to Ethan Hubbard. There's a few spectators on the far side enjoying the sunshine in the afternoon. Cool in the shade on the near side.
Might get Cros to check that number when he gets a chance.
Yes, that was a late number changed. It was a number 11, Tyler McGuinness. Okay, so it could have been Tyler McGuinness. Yeah, thanks, Maxie. Not Ryan Edmondson. As kick comes into Riley Wood.
Hopefully he's not telling you he's Ryan Edmondson, Alec.
Might have been a bit more of Ed Knock.
Hope he's okay.
You can see Alec down there checking out the situation. Kick comes out, but it's dangerous now for North Launceston. Nathan Pearce, little chip kick to Leary. Good defence there. Might have been Charlie Hasty there. No, it was Josh Bingham, in fact, getting a hand on the ball. So it'll be a boundary throw in.
Certainly the last 10 minutes, it's been all North Launceston, hasn't it? Like inside 50s would be...
It was 6-all and now it's 10-6.
Yeah.
The Bombers' way, so they've had the last 4.
Could have probably been a couple of goals in front if the luck that they didn't have early went their way.
So they're hanging in there, the Demons. They're going to come out of defence here through Sandrick, who barrels it out of defence. We love to see that. Stevenson's outnumbered there. There's heaps of North Launceston defenders, 3-on-1. They have the numbers. Bennett now. Back to Sam Simpson, who darts off. Now to Connie Young. Sideways kicks pretty good for Leaflang. He's got Manshannon on the overlap. Decides to go longer. Leading out and taking the mark there is Summers. David Summers, short now to Young. There's 2 kicks out from goal. Plenty of players inside 50. Gets to 55 out. Kicks long. Chance Lee. The big fella, the veteran, the 150 gamer, takes the mark. And this time he should make no mistake from about 15 out, slight angle.
Been a good move sitting him at full forward while who's gone into the ruck, Leaflang.
Yep.
But wouldn't he be better off to have a rest on the bench?
And Lee kicks the goal for North Launceston. Alex Lee in the milestone game hits the scoreboard, and they're out now by 9 points, and they're starting to take control of this contest. 5-6-36, leading North Hobart 4-3-27. We'd like to see young players do good things, Max. David Summers there, a young boy from South Launceston, did pretty well.
Yeah, he did. He just straightened the body up a little bit and hit the target, which was really good to see in his second game, and been impressed with the North Hobart debutant as well. Miller probably a bit unlucky not to take a good contested mark down the other end of the ground here, probably 6 or 7 minutes ago. But he's kicked his first goal. He's been involved in a few good passages of play. So next 2 or 3 minutes, North Hobart just need to ideally stop North Launceston from scoring, and they'd love to grab a late one themselves just to even it up a little bit at half time here, but it doesn't look like it is at the moment.
Bombers are away here through the agency of Ethan Hubbard. Nice kick there to Leary. Mark just inside 50.
He can make the distance here. We've seen him kick at 60 metres, off one step a lot of the time. I was surprised the last kick he had, which was about 15 metres closer than this one, struggled to make the distance.
Yeah, he's got his tail up now, though. He's such a confidence player, Leary. Probably goes a bit close to the man on the mark, runs around. And he's put that one almost over the grandstand on the Glebe farm. That's not his best, Dave Moore.
I've just been looking at the bench, and I might get Alec to confirm this. I know in the AFL they look at the vision of incidents to see if there's been a concussion. I've got a feeling there's a group of North Hobart trainers there watching the stream to look back at what happened. Is that correct, Alec?
Yeah, Foz, exactly spot on there. So they had it on their iPhone, going back and looking at the vision. So, and what the vision showed was actually that McGuinness copped a shoulder to the head in a marking contest.
Okay.
So I don't think he'll play much further part today.
Okay, that would be a massive blow based on his first half, boys.
Yeah, that's a huge loss. He was terrific and really stamped himself on the game. Come back to play at the moment. Lots of players out on the wing. Picked up there by Leafling, I think that was. Ball's out of bounds on the wing position. 26 minutes gone. North Launceston 5-6-36.
Oh.
North Hobart 4-3-27.
Coxgoodger's got a kick here.
Against Callan-Daly, Max?
Yes, it is. They've been at each other for about 5 or 6 minutes now. I noticed Coxgoodger pleaded with the umpire earlier, a bit forward of where he is at the moment, but no avail. But Callan-Daly might have just got caught, whatever he was allegedly doing this time.
Coxgoodger, short. Nice mark taken there.
Hubbard.
By
He's
Ethan
been good today.
Hubbard. Yeah, he's been busy.
Yeah.
Working hard, Ethan Hubbard. He's going to go back and have a kick. Good look at options. North Hobart player there on the ground. Not sure what happened there. Slipped over. Goes Ben Simpson. Simpson chips it in. Goes over Pearce's head. So wasted opportunity there for North Launceston. Deep into the second quarter. 27 minutes gone. North Launceston 5-6-36. North Hobart 4-3-27. Boundary umpire's going to throw this one in deep into North Launceston's forward line. So they'll be looking to snag one here before that half-time siren goes.
Not long, only about 2 minutes probably of playing time. Here's Coxgoodger, gets on that left foot. In fact, it was Sulzberger, beg your pardon. There, the number 21. He did a Coxgoodger-like thing. Tried to get that left foot happening for goal, but went off to the right, out of bounds. Catch up with Matthew McGee at half-time, who's down at Parrot Park. Big crowd, he reports, for that South Launceston-Hillwood game. Boundary throw-in's a little bit short. Lee tries to take it out of the ruck. The player trying to escape the contest, who got a high tackle. And I reckon that is Bradley Coxgoodger, who is emerging from the pack there. And he got a high tackle as he went through, as he often does. Just gets that body low, draws the contact, and he's only 20 metres out, slight angle. Waste no time. He's kicked 2 today, has Brad Coxgoodger. He's kicked 3 now, Brad Coxgoodger. They extend the lead out to 15 points. They're taking control of this round 21 contest here at UTAS Stadium. There's a bit of afters there, a bit of push and shove. 5-6-36 to 4-3-27, Rob.
Rumour has it that your long sleeve Guernsey came out, Dave, and has inspired the St Pat's team. They're currently sitting on 14-11-95, Lilydale 11-9-75.
Max, there's a bit of a scrimmage.
Yeah, young Keeling's in the middle of it, and umpire Kay's blown his whistle, so I think there'll be a free in the middle one way or the other. I'm just not quite sure. I think it might go to North Hobart.
Yep. Big Charlie is going to take it.
He's just resetting the players like they have to. They've got to get back to the goal square here. One of the irregularities of our great game, where there's a free kick in the middle, but you've got to go and start 100 metres back behind it.
So the 6-6-6 counts until that kick's taken.
Yep.
Okay, Meadows now sideways. Dom White gets the handball away to McLeod.
McLeod looks for options further afield. The Demons will want to snag one here. That's a really nice strong mark taken there by Matthew Campbell. Oh, plays on, not sure why. Dom White tackled. So they're going to be holding. Oh, the umpire said that's mine. That's a terrific tackle there, affected by Blade Sulzberger, but poor options there, North Hobart.
I thought it might have been a bit high, Max.
Yeah, I agree with you. Umpire blindsided.
Taken there by Chug, swing and a miss. Another swing and a miss by hand that time. Pearce around it. Demons trying to find something here. Thought there might have been a free kick driven inside there by Harrison McLeod. Off hands. And the siren wins there. Jonty Barwick, the ball fell in his lap.
Just have a look for a couple of afters here. A little bit heated.
No.
Cox Goodyer talking to the umpires, pleading his case. Dom White waving the arms around, saying, why wasn't I given a free kick?
No, it's all okay, all square as they go off to half-time. North Launceston 5-6-36, North Hobart 4-3-27.
They've missed a goal on the scoreboard, Rob. I think we've got 6-6-42.
Yeah, I had Cox Goodyer kicking 3.
That's right, that's correct. So 6-6-42 to 4-3-27. So no doubt the umpires will be rushing over here to the scoreboard attendance in a moment. But half-time, that second quarter with North Launceston with 4 goals 4 to North Hobart 1 goal 1. So, look, they just ground their way back in the contest, Max. First half of that quarter was pretty even, but then North Launceston took control.
Yep, certainly. They certainly did, and like the last 10-15 minutes of that was very North Launceston-like. We're just looking at Cross now, just having a chat to the North Hobart officials to say, can I get in the rooms with you? And he's got the old, no, you can't.
I'm sure he'll get over there. What you got to go for us, Cross?
No, Coach Adam Bester was very nice, actually. He's going to have a chat to me when they come back out. But
okay, fair enough.
That'll be good. But just an update on McGuinness. They're waiting the 20 minutes, but just taking a lot of concern as obviously he got that concussion in the state game.
Yeah, that's right. Best to be cautious with that. Thanks, Cross. Stats to Dave Gruber. At half-time, North Launceston 48 hit-outs to 7, 18 to 3 in that quarter. Clearances 31 North Launceston, North Hobart 17. Inside 50s 24 to North Launceston, 14 to North Hobart. The marks inside 50 10 to North Launceston, 8 in that quarter to North Hobart 2. Free kicks, so it was 7 apiece in that quarter after North Launceston didn't get a free kick in the first quarter, but the Demons lead 13 to 7 over the day. Intercept marks, not a big day for those, just 3 to North Launceston and 2 to North Hobart. Yeah, look, they've got that dominance in the ruck, and Alex Lee has pushed forward a bit, and obviously that could be a bit of a resting thing, but maybe it's something they'll try and do against the Tigers a little bit as well. Yeah, well, today's the day to give their second string ruckman an opportunity in the middle, isn't it? You know, you can sit Alex Lee at full forward for the rest of the game and still know that you're going to have probably a minimum of 50% tap-out rate success, so certainly wouldn't hurt to put Leafling and let him run around a bit, give the big man a bit of a spell in the goal square if they wanted to. He's certainly, because that's how the Tigers do it, don't they? They've got their Gardners, they've got their, who are the other two big brutes that they've got? Tyler Carter and Tompkinson. Like, you know, all the ruckmen in the other clubs, you know, you think you wear one out and then another one comes in fresh at you. So certainly wouldn't hurt to just give a bit more body contact to the lesser string ruckman of North Launceston today to just build up for next week. Yeah, he doesn't usually have that opportunity, Lee, does he? I mean, he rucks for most of the game, Max, as you say. So to push him forward, give him an opportunity. He's a big, strong, athletic lad. So well, he's taken two marks deep in the forward line already in that quarter. So round the grounds in the TSL. Clarence 7-12-54 to the Tigers 5-4-34. Now, there was 4 points the difference between the two teams. Tigers 60, North Launceston 56. But unfortunately for the Bombers, 16% separated the teams. So whilst they might now finish on points the same, if the result here, two results stay the same, they're not going to make up that 16 percentage, unfortunately for the Bombers. They'd need a big second half. 30 goals second half would get it done, I reckon, but I can't see that happening. At the other game, and a big win, a really confidence boost here for Launceston, 22-14-146. They defeated Glenorchy 6-6-42. We're going to take a break here on City Park Radio. When we come back, we hope to catch up with Matthew McGee, who's at Parrot Park, that's at Bridge North, for the big game between South Launceston and Hillwood. Back in just a moment.
Play your cards right this winter with new LPG deals from Elgas. From LPG account credits, fixed pricing and carbon offset options, Elgas has got you covered. Go online, www.elgas.com.au.
A sponsor of City Park Radio.
Community Care Tasmania is your local not-for-profit home care service provider in Tasmania. We deliver a full range of home care services with care and empathy. Our friendly, professional and innovative staff will tailor care to your needs. Ring 6334 0990 or 1300 722 400 and speak to a local. Also, you can visit cct.org.au to find out more. At Community Care Tasmania, we put your care first. A sponsor of City Park Radio.
I've been watching the decluttering TV shows and I've been inspired and motivated. My first task was to sort out old jewellery boxes from my mum, Auntie Jean and my own collection. Single gold earrings, broken and outdated gold jewellery. It's amazing how much I found. I took the lot to cash converters, received a very tidy amount of cash, and now I'm off to enjoy a nice little break with the proceeds.
Right now, cash converters are paying top prices for gold. So cash in your unwanted jewellery today. Cash Converters Kings Meadows. Trusted and locally owned for 25 years. A proud sponsor of City Park Radio.
Play your cards right this winter with new LPG deals from Elgas. Whether you're moving in or you're settled in, make the switch online today. From LPG account credits, fixed pricing and carbon offset options, Elgas has got you covered. Don't lose out this winter. Visit the website, choose your new deal and sign up today. Go online, www.elgas.com.au. Elgas, local, safe and reliable.
A sponsor of City Park Radio.
Welcome back to UTAS Stadium. It's North Launceston 6-6-42, leading North Hobart 4-3-27 here in round 21 action in the TSL. Big finals all around the state today. I think we're the only competition that's still in the regular season. But a big final at Bridge North, a great ground. If you don't know it, if you're from the south of the state, it's a beautiful ground in country Tasmania on the West Tamar. And there for City Park Radio, witnessing the South Launceston versus Hillwood final, is Matthew McGee. G'day, Macca.
Yeah, g'day, Foz. How are we?
Pretty good. How's the scene there at Parrot Park? I can hear the whistle.
One thing I can tell you down here, the canteen is wonderful. There's a massive crowd, but the internet's not great down here.
Okay.
Hasn't been great to keep up with the scores or the text messages to you. But look, it's a really interesting game here at the moment. It's probably about 5 minutes left in the third quarter. It's South Launceston 7-13-55. They lead Hillwood 7-4-46.
Okay, so the last score we got, Hillwood were trailing by a bit more than that, so looks like they've worked their way back into the game.
Hillwood just kicked another 5. So that's 3 in a row now. They are kicking with, I don't know, maybe a slight breeze, but those of you that have been to Parrot Park here, it's a little bit uphill. South Launceston will kick uphill in the last with the wind. So they're back now, Hillwood, and they've kicked 3 in a row. Goals to Whitmore and Wilkinson got them back to 9 points, and then one of their forward pockets, they were dismissed because I was talking to you, but they just kicked one. So really interesting game. South Launceston just could not kick goals early. They were all over them. They kicked a lot of behinds early, and it might come back to hurt them. And the other big news for South is they are actually 2 rotations down. So they were in the wars early. Matthew Lowe was out with concussion early, but he did his 20 minutes and passed the test to come back on. So he came back on. But they've lost Bowen Pearce with a hamstring, and they've also lost Grant Holt with a injured bad corky. So they're actually 2 down.
Okay, and who are some of the better players for both teams that you've seen so far?
Well, look, it's been interesting because it's Hillwood dominated the aerial contest early, and it was the likes of Boyd down back. He just controlled things. Archie Wilkinson was sort of unseen in the first half. He's had a really good third quarter. But the South Launceston players in Blackberry, Taylor, as we know, and also the Ruckman Low, they've been dominating the centre clearances, but things have just slowed down this quarter. But the tide has changed. 3 points now, South Launceston.
Max, what do you got for us?
Yeah, g'day, Macca. Just a question. What's the crowd like there today? Beautiful day, good crowd?
Oh, unbelievable, mate. Yeah, unbelievable. Sort of died down a little bit after half-time once some of the other under-18s and reserves players left. But, gee, it was massive early, and the car park was way out, extended out into the equestrian field there. It's big. The can bar's big. The canteen lines have been massive, and yeah, it's been a really good day.
Good. You talk about the canteen there today. You should see the spread we've got up here today, mate. Everyone, it is magnificent. They said
I've had that many questions. I've had that many questions to me asking me why I'm here and not there, and what's going on, and can you and I and Croswell be on the same panel? So I just said, look, you couldn't fit me in.
No, you're right. We couldn't. Yeah.
Macca, Hill would have got some of the boys from...
Hang
Here we go.
Another goal to Hillwood. Another goal to Hillwood. Bob.
Are they in front?
Yeah, so they now lead by about 3 points. Yes.
And of course, Hillwood recruited some of the boys from Launceston over the off-season. I think you have Jack Tuthill and Jacob Boyd. How are they going?
Yeah, well, Tuthill's playing. We saw him down back for Launceston. He's playing more of a midfield role today, trying to spend a bit of time on Jay Blackberry and Brendan Taylor as well through the midfield. Jay Blackberry, we know, has been great. Ben Hyatt kicked a couple of goals early, of course, the brother of Isaac Hyatt. And I mentioned Boyd. Boyd sort of just channeled things down back. And also, one of their other key defenders is young Oldknoff. He's playing centre-half back. So, really tight contest here. Maybe the South Launceston misses early. Might come back to bite them, and also those two rotations now.
Now, Mac, it was a better news for the Bulldogs there in the seconds today.
Yes, it was a very close game, actually. The Bulldogs just kicked away in the last couple of minutes to get the win, and that was a bit of an upset because Brisbane finished on top of the ladder in the reserve. So they'll go on to play in the next final, but also the Dogs are through to the grand final, so they're very happy.
Okay, mate, well, just give me that score again, and how far into the last quarter are you?
No, so it's not quite three-quarter time yet.
Okay.
So it's Hillwood 9-4-58. They're leading South Launceston 7-13-55. Interesting onlooker here today, boys. Matches like this. Young Chase Jones is here today, having a look at the footy. Of course, the Adelaide midfielder, draftee, and in the moon boot at the moment, still recovering from that foot injury, but he's enjoying the NCFA footy. Is young Chase Jones.
I reckon he'll be there tomorrow watching the Tigers with his dad, BJ Jones, as well, won't he?
I reckon. I'd imagine so, yeah. So look, it's going to be a terrific last quarter here. Don't really know who to go with. Maybe Hillwood just because of the midfield rotation. We'll just have to wait and see.
Well, you say it's
What's
uphill
the
there,
lads?
and
Yes.
yeah, well, you say they've got uphill and a bit of breeze in that last quarter, South. It is hard up that. Doesn't look much of a hill, but when you're out there in the last quarter on a warm day like this and a couple of soldiers down, Macca, it won't be all that easy.
Well, stay with me. Benny Hyatt picked his second in a row, and they now go out to a lead.
Okay.
Angus Jeffries, and the player we saw play at North Western a few years ago. The youngster Angus Jeffries, he's had a terrific quarter through the midfield, kicked a great goal from the pocket earlier on as well, and he's carving them up through the midfield now, is young Angus Jeffries. No
worries, Macca. Well, thanks for your report there, and you'll be back on board in a couple of weeks' time. The score here, it's North Launceston 6-6-42, North Hobart 4-3-27, so it's a pretty even contest.
Okay. And the other game, because we can't get the internet out here.
Okay, so Glenorchy went down by about 100 points to Launceston after it was pretty even at quarter time, and last time I looked, I think the Tigers were going down to Clarence, so that's a pretty significant margin there. So I'll check that score again in a moment, but
34 to 54.
34 to 54. Yeah. So.
And your old boys, Macca, St Pat's Seniors 110, Lilydale 76.
Say that one again, because I'm just watching it. The umpire was given a yellow card here against Tom Boone, who has just cleaned up a Hillwood player in a marking contest. And I think he's going to be sent off the ground. It's Kurt Hibbs.
Okay.
Kurt Hibbs put a Hillwood bloke on the ground, but he's okay. Oh, no, he's not really okay. Yeah, so there's lots happening here, boys. I'm just want the crowd getting into it. So, what was that score again, sorry?
That score, Macca, Lilydale were all over them, but St Pat's 110, Lilydale 76.
Thank you, guys.
No worries. Thanks, Macca, for that report there at Parrot Park, one of the great places to watch footy in Tasmania. Okay, we've got Alex Croswell now down on the boundary. He's just come out of the North Launceston rooms. What do you got for us, mate?
Yeah, Foz, got a little bit for you here, actually. So North really want to get to work. They thought they started to control the ball around the ground and win the ball in contest, but they thought it was a bit too congested. So they wanted to really spread the footy and then get clean entries into their forward 50.
Okay, and Any injury concerns there for the Bombers? Of course, next week they've got the big final against the Tigers.
No, clean bill of health down here, mate. So everyone's looking A-OK.
No problem.
I'll just give you an update on North Hobart very shortly.
Thanks, mate. In fact, I might just stick with you there because Adam Bester is about to walk past you, and he promised you a word, didn't he?
He did promise me a word. I'm not sure whether you want to do a live word.
Yeah,
or not.
let's be spontaneous about this. So let's see if you can catch a quick grab here with Adam Bester as he walks past.
Yep.
Of course, he had a great season with North Hobart. So here we go.
Yep. Adam, you got a word for the boys upstairs, do we, mate? Yep. Beautiful. So how do you think the game's going so far?
Look, we've certainly come and put ourselves in the contest. I thought our first quarter was particularly good. 50-metre penalty cost us a goal, and it sort of hurt. But second half, we'll look to keep going the way we're going and try to stop their free-flowing play, make it a tough contest. We've lost Tyler McGuinness and Sam Wright for the game, so that's going to hurt us with our rotations. But the message from our boys is to really grind it out, and we've given ourselves an opportunity to really put ourselves in the game and finish the season really strongly against arguably probably one of the best teams in the competition. So, yeah, been proud of the way we've started the game. We've just got to, possess the ball a bit for longer periods and get our inside 50s right, and we'll give ourselves our best opportunity.
Beautiful stuff, mate. I think you've covered that very, very well, so thanks very much for that, buddy.
And just a shout out to my wife, Kate, and Mavis and Jimmy at home. They're watching the live stream, mate, so they fully support you guys, so thanks a lot.
Lovely stuff. Thanks very much to Adam Bester, the coach of North Hobart. That was brilliant.
Thanks, mate. Good words there from Adam Bester. He's a good supporter of us here on City Park Radio. Yeah, I didn't notice the Sam Wright one, so he's out for the game as well. Sort of, you asked a question out your way, don't they have the sub in the AFL, but maybe at a higher level competition such as this, your two rotations down, it might give it the chance for a young player, who may even played in the early game, maybe to play that role. What do you think?
I think it's a great idea. I mean, I guess the other thing is too, playing on a big ground like this, it's even more impactful, isn't it? And yeah, certainly something you'd hope they'd have a look at, Dave. It exists at the higher level, so why not consider it here?
I don't know whether it's part of Waffle and Sand.
No, I'm not sure. I'm probably not now. I'm thinking about it, but I think it's something you can consider. I mean, it's going to.
The VFL have that 23rd man who they play, and that's normally a young guy given the opportunity at senior level at VFL. So even something along that concept, it just exposes the best under 18 kid or the best running around in D League. The opportunity to play a bit of senior footy. And
it's going to have an impact on this game. We see now only two North Hobart players heading to the bench, as opposed to four.
We were here at a grand final a couple of years ago when Brad Cox-Goodger did a bicep, I think, in about the first, halfway through the first quarter. And really, strength of character of him, work his way through it, but couldn't mark with his right arm.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Elgas for all your LPG needs statewide. Talk to the locals with knowledge. Phone 13 11 61.
You're still out there having a bit of a chat to the umpires, just to clarify. Look, I've got number one on my back and I've kicked 3 goals already, and just watch the free kicks, the close attention that they're giving me. Please, umpire.
It's 3/4 time at Parrot Park. The Sharks now by 15.
Starting to run away with it, aren't they?
Yeah, it's all to play for there, that's for sure. All to play for here too in terms of North Launceston keeping that good form going, and Lee, a huge hit out. Going to give Pearce first look at it, misses him. North Hobart players fighting for possession. Wild hand pass over Jordan Roberts' head, falling in the lap of Manchandon. Runs into goal, Will Manchandon! What a start! What a start! Will Manchandon picked the North Hobart player's pocket, and he's given them the start that they would want. 30 seconds in, Maxie Walker, into the third term.
It was a good finish, wasn't it? And it started with that thumping thump from Alex Lee, cleared the pack by about 10 metres out of that middle, and I think it was Pearce ran onto it and got the ball forward and just went all north, and it wasn't Hobart either.
Alec Crossell on the boundary.
Yeah, fellas, just an update. I know the injury to Sam Wright. He's actually got a broken finger, and also North are actually chasing a home final here, so be ready for some attacking football.
Yeah, I'll give you that final score at Launceston Arena, or not Launceston Arena, Twin Overs in just a moment. We're underway again. Sandrick back to right. Over the top down to McLeod. Has Bingham. Goes by hand to Bingham. Does a little shimmy, then on the right foot, kicks towards half forward to Campbell. He can't take the ball at his bootlaces. It's out of bounds. Yep.
You'd sort of reckon with a maths teacher here, I reckon you'll be on the calculator, Dave, more working out what's got to happen.
Yeah, well, Groobs has got my computer, so I can't get a spreadsheet happening, so I'll have to look at it. But, look, the final score was 9-13-67 Clarence to the Tigers 7-4-46, so margin there of 21 points. As Lee wins the tap, as he's done all day. Sterling performance in his 150th. Kicked a goal in the second quarter. 16% to make up. It's a fair bit. It doesn't sound much, but when it comes down to one game, it's a lot. But I might run a model or something in a moment and see how we go.
It's going to say, got every faith in you. Yeah. Maths teacher for 1,000 years, Dave Moore. He's right on the case.
Bounty throw in. Lee wins the tap. Taken though by Sandrick. Handball doesn't find the mark. Kick off the ground to half forward. Coxgood couldn't take it with him. He's got it now. Little handball over the top. Ives kick smothered nicely by Young. That's Brad Young from North Hobart. Here's Pearce. Falls over. Out of play. And the sunshine. The ground now is about half in sunshine, half in shade. So, with the day's lengthening a bit, we'll probably still be in a fair bit of daylight come the final siren. But a lot of the spectators have gravitated to that beautiful springtime sunshine here in northern Tasmania. Bounty throw in once again. Lee and Meadows. Lee taps it beautifully to Simpson, who snaps for goal and misses. One behind. So the Bombers now go to 7-7-49, leading North Hobart 4-3-27. 3 minutes in.
I really like that idea of chasing percentage, because what that means is they're going to take the game on. I felt that they were running on 4 cylinders out of the 8. It's a great tackle, great chase down tackle there, and he's going to be rewarded. It was Ahern. Jack Ahern really put the burners on there. And Jordan Roberts didn't know he was coming to tackle him, that's for sure.
He said no one to kick it to. That was half the battle. Like, he made the commitment to take him on, and then when he looked up after he bounced, he said, oh, crikey, where do I go from here?
Yeah. I'd like to see Ahern get rewarded for effort here. He's going to hit this from just inside 50. Slide angle. It's going to be okay on the left. Strikes it beautifully. Great goal, Jack Ahern, and he just reminds Jordan Roberts about his error. So a really positive start from North Launceston in the early stages of this third term. Just ticked over 4 minutes. North Launceston 8-7-55. North Hobart 4-3-27. And I like the fact, Max, that they're now trying to take the game on instead of just knock it around.
Yeah, and like we said at half-time, and as how Alec pointed out to us, those couple of rotations down, it's going to be really challenging for North Hobart. It's a nice, warm, dry day. Nowhere to hide on a big ground like this either. When you're a couple of blokes down, you've got to put your hand up and fight it out. So big challenge in front of North Hobart now. North Launceston are starting to open a sizable gap up.
2 goals in 4 minutes. Here they go again. Pearce approaches the ball, but well done there, North Hobart defender. I'll pick him up once he gets off the dirt.
Was it Sandrick or who came in?
Might have been Charlie Hasty.
Yeah, I think you're right.
He's moving away now. It was Austin Keeling, in fact. So he met the ball nicely there. Meadows, nice tap. Comes out now to Daly, who's tackled hard from behind by Hubbard. And the further the game goes on, the more significant those 2 rotations will be. This big expanse of UTAS Stadium. Simpson works it out of Nicholas. Kick semi-smothered. Land with Sulzberger. Had it spent before he got it. Griffiths tackled. Sulzberger a second time. Don White's in there. Now to Keeling. He just throws it on the boot. Kicks it to the centre circles. Bennett with the spoil. Now to Chug. Back to Ben Simpson. Griffiths by hand. Here they go, North Launceston. Pearce. Sweeping handball. Tries to find Hubbard. Pull a bounce. And it's going to get you congested here, I feel. Little handball out there by Will Groom. Kick forward by Jordan Roberts. Big men flying, attacking 54 North Hobart. Declan Chug's happy to take the tackle. And that'll be a ball up. Right on, attacking 50 for North Hobart. Inside 50s for Dave Gruber. Just the 3 this quarter between the two teams, but significantly, North Launceston 2 inside 50s, 2 goals, Rob.
Yeah, hugely effective. They've certainly started in a positive manner. Griffiths gets front position. Simpson mops that one up. Fires it out to Manshannon, who kicked that terrific goal earlier. Manshannon, a nice kick in the Ahern direction. Ball carries. It's going to be okay for North Hobart. No, it's not. Ahern. He's come out like a man possessed, and he's effected a really great pressure tackle on Callan Daly there. Really upped his game, Ahern, in this third term. It's going to be really important to North when they front up against Kingborough next week. So the boundary umpire's got this one on the wing. Throws it in. Taken away there by Meadows. Umpire's found a free kick. It's going to go to Meadows. High tackle, whatever you want to call it, leaned on him a bit high there, Ives. It's not his best kick. Chopped off there by Fletcher Bennett, who does what Fletcher Bennett does, and that is take intercept marks across half-back. He's looking to generate some attack there. That's a nice mark taken there by Nicholas. Yep. Nicholas, Leary, back in the middle of the ground. Connie Young runs around. He's found a player. Looks like Gavent. No, Sulzberger. Sulzberger to Pearce. Pearce in the centre square. Part sun, part shadow. Chips it out wide in the Cox-Goodger direction. Feigns the handball. Looking to swing onto the left. He's looking further afield. Now he drives it in. Giving his forwards first look at it. Lots of bodies around it. It's in the Lee direction. Off hands. Leary! Brandon Leary! Oh, loves a goal, as we said earlier. Front and square off that contest. Lee brought it to ground. Leary did the rest, Max Walker.
Yeah, Lee brought it to ground. Harvey Griffiths done the hard work there at the foot of the pack. Flicked the handball out to number 5, Brandon Leary, and kicked his second for the day. One in the second, one in the third. And the floodgates are starting to open a little bit, guys.
Yes, I think we'll get the percentage, but I can't find the points for and against anywhere. So that's what I need to find about how to do a bit of a running calculation. But I just think still the gap there is a bit too big. Yep, and
down at Bridge North, first goal to the Sharks in the last quarter, which puts them 21 points up.
100-point win, says Alec Croswell on the boundary, so yeah, we'll see how that goes. I mean, it's a long way to go. 34 points is the margin at the moment.
Only 10 goals. Yeah. 10 goals. Yeah. Another 10 goals.
Up it goes. Meadows wins the tap on this occasion, but it's taken away here by North Launceston through Manshannon, who's been great today, to Sulzberger. Sulzberger with a switch over here looking for Mitchell, but in the way is Austin Keeling.
10 goals from here would be Croswell-like, wouldn't it?
Oh, yes. Brent Croswell. Now, Rob's found me a ladder with points, so you write them down, Rob, and I'll get to work. Here we go, Monks. Caught in the tackle. Out of bounds. Boundary throw in. Today's boundary umpires: Caleb Brewer, Brendan Cook, and Brodie Lang. Front position, Ives. Wins the tap. Taken by Sandrick. Held up in the tackle. Diving in is Pearce. Another ball up.
Umpires have got those little mouthpiece and earpieces again this week, Foz, that we noticed, with a little arm piece on their left.
Tell us more, Max, what's that about?
Well, I'm not quite sure. It's obviously a communication piece. All three centrals have got it, and if you have a look through your glasses.
Yes, I can see that.
Yeah, it goes up to their ears, so there's obviously a microphone somewhere. I guess it's just to communicate with each other.
Comes out now to Nicholas. Gets a bit of space in the centre of the ground. Funny old kick. Harvey Griffiths taps it to himself. Picks it up. No, he doesn't. Now he does. Weaves around. Gets caught. Strength. Gets out of it. Over to Sulzberger. Kick quickly towards goal. Bounces through for a behind. So the Northern Bombers 9-8-62 lead North Hobart 4-3-27. take over, Rob, while I do a bit of calculation.
Dave's got the calculator going. Jordan Roberts brings it back into play to no one in particular. White moves it on to Hasty. Mucking around with it a bit here, Williams. And that's chopped off by Lee Flang. He balks around his opponent. They're looking to create something here by hand. Bombers looking dangerous. Driven inside 50 in the direction of, that was Summers. On goal and offline. Oh, while Dave Moore works this out, we'll see what they need to do, but they're certainly showing their attacking colours, the Northern Bombers. They move on to 9-9-63. North Hobart 4-3-27. 11 minutes gone, nearly 12 minutes in that third term. Back into play there from North Hobart. Ball fortuitously bounces in the centre square. Bobbling around. I want to keep it in here. Leaflang by hand, clever. That's nice, I like that. Nicholas goes out wide. Nice chiselling little kick there in the direction of Sulzberger. And he's found
Griffiths.
That man, Harvey Griffiths, who balked and weaved and dodged before and was unlucky. Probably not to give away a free kick for holding the ball. The pressure applied to him. But Griffiths will like his chances from here. The blue boots. Harvey Griffiths. Moves in. He's going to kick this from just inside 50. Strikes it well. He'll have no trouble with the distance. And he's got no trouble with the accuracy. Harvey Griffiths. North Launceston move on to 10-9-69. North Hobart 4-3-27. Just ticking over 13 minutes in the third term, Maxie Walker.
Yep, and that's his first goal for the day for Harvey Griffiths. Probably a bit unlucky. May have been able to get another one earlier in the game, but wasn't to be. But good finish, good grab, good use of the ball work there. All started in the back half of the intercept man, Mitchell. Took the grab and they worked it around that top side and found Griffiths, and he didn't let his teammates down. So really good finish there.
They're a big threat up there, Griffiths and Ives. You know, very similar styles of play. Ruckman do battle Lee with another huge stump. They go into attack again, the Bombers. Chopped off though by the Demons. Meadows had a hand on that. That's a long kick out to open space there. Northern Bombers player Chug leading in the race. Beautifully gathered. Chug, nice kick back in the Ives direction. Bombers are all class at the moment, back towards the centre of the ground. Sulzberger loads it up on that trusty left foot in the Ahern direction. Ball carries his head. Lee picks it up, fires a handball back inside. Shot on goal. Sulzberger, will it have enough on it? Yes, it does! He didn't strike it like he would have done, but he had enough on it. It carried the pack in the goal square. And North Launceston move on to 11-9-75. North Hobart 4-3-27. Reigning goals, Max Walker.
It is, and you called that Declan Chug in the background there. Rob, it was actually young Sam Simpson who attacked the ball, put his body, could have easily got crunched there a little bit. I cringed a little bit that second one he got, but just a great endeavour at attack of the ball then started from Sam Simpson. And a good finish there by Blade Sulzberger, who is not a big goal kicker for them. And wouldn't it be good if they can get a few more goals out of a Sulzberger and maybe a Ben Simpson as well? He's not a big goal kicker either for an on-baller.
Get to the percentages in a minute. It's tightening up a little bit. Still a long way to go. Bingham now. Back to Hasty. Hasty by hand puts McLeod under pressure. Does well though to get it back to Daly. Daly's kick hangs in the air too long. Taken away from Groom by Bennett. Now to Sulzberger. Now to Pearce. He's got Summers on if he wants him. He goes himself though. Centering ball to Griffiths. Front position. Harvey Griffiths took it on his chest and they're just moving the ball from one end of the ground to the other at will at the moment, the Bombers. Now they know the sense of urgency here with Griffiths going back and wasting no time for his second of the quarter. Harvey Griffiths drills the goal for North Launceston. That's game on here. This is extraordinary. 12-9-81 to 4-3-27. When I say game on, the percentage gap before the last two goals, I'll have to recalculate in a minute, Rob. 177.14, I think it was, for the Kingborough Tigers, and the Bombers 172.61. So that's sort of starting to to draw closer. I hope I got my calculations right, but
I'd put money on that.
Well,
best maths teacher in Tasmania.
I don't know about that, but we'll see how we're going. 6 goals in 16 minutes, Max.
Pretty remarkable, isn't it? And so what happens there, Foz? Let's do a hypothetical. If North get the home final next week, what happens with the other competition that's got a grand final scheduled for you?
Yes, good question. As the tap comes out from Lee to Avent, just so dominant in the ruck. Up here to Dave Summers. He plays on immediately. Not a great kick, but it will go all right for Leary. He's got Cox Goodger in support. He's on 50. Looks for an outlet, and that outlet is Avent. Little chip kick towards Summers. David Summers, the number 71, big number on the back. Brother, I think, of Harry Summers. The boy recruited from South Launceston. He's just snuck his way into the team with some great work in the D-League.
Nephew of Darryl, isn't it?
Go with that.
I was going to say it's a big...
Max, you know half of Northern Tasmania, so I'm not going to doubt you.
It's a big name here at North Launceston, Summers.
David Summers, 40 out. Is this another one? It is. No. Thumped away on the line by Keeling. Out of bounds.
Great defensive work. Then he could have just dropped the head and said, oh, look, it's too hard for me here. But really, really, really good work there by Keeling.
Okay, Rob, take over while I recalculate.
All right, the calculator's on fire here. It's all happening. What a great finish to the TSL season. Deep in the Northern Bombers forward line. They've been racking them up this quarter. A high kick. It goes higher than it does further. Swing and a miss there from Meadows, trying to force it away. Picked up by Ives. Shot on goal. Missed the lot. Theo Ives trying to capitalise on that fortuitous bounce. It's going to be a relieving free kick taken here by North Hobart. And North Launceston have put them to the sword this quarter. Long kick. Chopped off. Chopped off by Declan Chugg. Gave him some credit before. This time it is Declan Chugg. North Hobart happy to see that one out of bounds. It's all North Launceston at the moment, Max.
Just looking at the North Hobart bench at the moment. Got some experience and probably 2 players they wouldn't want to leave there too long in Callan Daly and Jack Sandrick.
No, you'd certainly want them out there, particularly with the rotations down that we know that they are. Deep in the forward line, Lee. Oh, Demons have got lots of bodies around the ball. Goes full circle. Oh, I thought that might have been a free kick. Dave Moore.
Update. So Kingborough now have finished on 177.14. So they can't improve on that. North Launceston now up to 173.89.
Okay, so they'll need to keep piling those goals on. Quick takeaway there from the Demons. Only as far as Fletcher Bennett, though. Takes a nice mark just in front of us here. Half forward flank. Nice spearing kick into the Cox-Goodger direction. And Brad Cox-Goodger in front of his opponent. Takes a grab. Wheels around onto the left. Strikes it beautifully. Heads for home but offline. You can sense the urgency that they're playing with here, Dave Moore.
Yep, we'll get to Alec in a moment because I was interested to see if the North bench is starting to talk about this, but we'll wait for a stoppage here as White now. Short kick. Finds a teammate over there.
So how many goals, Dave, makes up 3 or 4%?
We'll look at that in a second. Oh, and that's
a kick to...
Almost a chance here to Pearce. Can he pick it up? No, he can't. McLeod bumped out of the way by Pearce, who's tackled by Hugh Williams. Is that a sling tackle? Avent! One behind. Get down to you, Alec. Is that starting to be talked about on the bench?
Yeah, absolutely, Dave. They're very excited down here, the North Lonnie bench. So every goal they're celebrating and every move forward. So they're really lifted on field and also in the bench as well.
They're going to have to kick 8 or 9 more goals from here. But the way the game is trending, it could be within the realms of possibility. And I think the Kingwood Tigers will be slightly nervous watching this at the moment. Out of defensive 50, Will Groom, big fly, can't take the second grab. Taken by Bingham. Nicely weighted kick. Finds Josh Hilda. Sorry, Josh Cleaver, that is. Yep, wrong Josh. Of course, any goal North Hobart score really makes it doubly difficult for North Launceston. Good intercept there by Avent, but it falls to White. Now to McLeod. He tries a big Dunargy with Mitchell. To Bingham. Here's an opportunity for North Hobart. Nicely weighted kick to Jordan Roberts, who takes a good contested mark inside 50. So Jordan Roberts who spent some time in defence earlier in the game, but with those injuries, I think he's been shifted. He sets it up. Front position, strong mark Campbell. Matthew Campbell, he plays on straight away. Not sure why, because he's put himself under pressure and he missed to the right. Unusual, Max.
It was very unusual when you're 30, 35 metre out. Don't mind him kicking around the corner, but compose yourself first, young man.
Loving the Bombers' urgency. Simpson, steady, runs through centre half back. Only as far as Don White, who chops that off with a nice one-handed grab. Terrible kick. Ball just bounced, bobbling there, stopping on 50. Pack forms. Comes out though. Quick kick forward there from the Demons. Sits. No, it doesn't. Taken away by the Bombers. Chug. By hand, Lee Flang. Back inboard. Over his head. Bennett tidies it up. Lots of handballs. Simpson takes the mark at centre half back. Goes out wide in the Manchandon direction, and they're on. Maxie Walker's pointing where he wants the football. Back in the centre of the ground. That wasn't where it was, but a great mark taken there by Leary. Moves it on quickly in the Lee direction. That front position, but got outpointed and outnumbered. Demons tidy it up. Lots of Bombers there. They'll call each other out. Manchandon says, that's my footy.
Line it up in the middle for it.
He's got men everywhere here.
Colin Stevens has gone back to defence. Here he is.
Pumped in off Stevenson's hands. Sits. Clever little kick. Didn't have enough on it though, Bailey Mitchell.
So I think Colin Stevenson and Jordan Roberts have changed places.
Yep. Just a quick update from Macca down at Bridge North. Sharks are still in front, and if I'm reading his text correctly, that would be probably still 15 points. Young Archie Wilkinson played a bit of footy at Launceston for a couple of years, takes a mark in the square, certain goal to come, but he's done his ankle. I'd say it's a stretcher, and now the next comment is he's walking off now, so it's good to hear that.
Okay.
14 points in that one.
Yep.
Boundary throw in on attacking 50. We'll get down to Alec Croswell in a minute, who's got something for us on the boundary. Cox Goodger tries to get a shot on goal. So the goal scoring's just dried up a bit here for North Launceston. We're 23 and a half minutes gone. Alec, we'll get to you quickly.
Yeah, Foles just got North Launceston player Nathan Pearce off with a bloody nose at the moment. Caught one high in the forward line earlier.
Thanks, mate.
Been 6 goals this quarter by North, so there's probably still another 6 or 7 minutes, so they could still snag another couple here, Foles.
Harrison McLeod kicks wide, out of bounds, centre wing.
But Hillwood player kick truly in the margins now 20 points, Maxie.
Making it tough for our Bulldogs.
So South, if they go down today, will play the winner of tomorrow's game between the two Tigers.
Replay of last year's grand final.
Boundary throw in. It's Ives in the ruck now against Meadows. Sandrick takes it. His handball's not effective. Now White working hard. Shovels a handball away. Get another stoppage. Dave Gruber's stats. It's North Launceston 14 inside 50s to 3 this quarter. 9 clearances to 6. 16 hit-outs to 5. So dominant performance by the Bombers in this quarter. They flick the switch. Barwick gets the handball away to White. Semi-smothered. Now Leary can't pick it up. It's become a bit scrappy in the last few minutes. Chance now through Declan Chugg. His little kick lands a millimetre inside the boundary line. No, it doesn't. It's out of bounds on the full. So relieving free kick. Switch inside. That's Stevenson, who's shifted back. Plays on. Long kick over here looking for Keeling. The Bombers will get there first. They spoil each other. That was Lee and Leary. But mopping up is Griffiths. Left foot kick inside to Ahern. Can't pick it up. Riley Wood does okay. Handball to Keeling under pressure. Now to Young. Back to Wood. Leans back in the kick and they do it all right out of defence. Oh, McLeod, did he get a shove in the back? No, says the umpire. Simpson waits the kick to Griffiths, who marks. He's kicked 2 in this quarter, Rob.
Yeah, kicked 2.
Yep. He thinks about playing on now. It's a tricky decision here. The straight forward kick or the banana. I think it's the straight forward kick is the money one here.
Drop punt.
Yep. Harvey Griffiths, who's had a quiet game in the first half, but gee, he's come to life here. Griffiths sets it out left. Ahern, big fly. Didn't judge it. and spills out of bounds. So still a chance here for the Bombers. 26 minutes gone.
Callan Daly looking pretty sore too, Foz, for North Hobart.
Yes, he's sort of semi-hobbling back on.
Some little steps for a little man there.
Last game of the season for the Demons. Much improved performance. A lot of soldiers down or out today and now down during the game. Harrison McLeod gets it to Sandrick, clears from halfback.
Nice kick out there from Sandrick, but it's going to be all Northern Bombers. Bennett, Chug, back to Bennett. By hand, Ives. Bombers trying to create, trying to add to that scoreboard pressure. It's going to be okay. Shot on goal there. I think that was Leary. Bombers thought it might have been asking for a free kick. Griffiths, back to Griffiths. Demons desperate, through hands. Sits there. Simpson, high tackle.
Oh dear.
Yeah, the umpire's called it high. He did take him high. It could have been holding the ball. Either one, take your pick. But fortuitously for the Northern Bombers, Ben Simpson, the judge to have had a high tackle affected on him, and he's going to go back and take a shot on goal. We've just ticked over 27 minutes in the third quarter. It's been all North Launceston. Been a great quarter for them. 6 goals to 1 behind to North Hobart. But as we've noted throughout the call, the Bombers are really looking at racking up some score to put some pressure on that percentage difference between them and the Kingborough Tigers. Simpson moves in, hits it from about 45 out on an angle, strikes it well, but it's going to be across the face. 1 behind. They're not going to do it in points, as Dave Moore highlighted. With that smoke coming off the calculator, they really need to score heavily.
Yeah, I'll get an update at 3/4 time. It's becoming more difficult as they just probably haven't scored a goal for 7 or 8 minutes now. I know it's easier said than done from up here to keep scoring goals, but they'll sum it up at 3/4 time and they'll just throw everything at this last quarter. So, kick comes out, close to the boundary line. White, does he keep it in? No, he doesn't.
He's been solid all day, Don White.
Yeah, he started the game in brilliant fashion.
Really well, yep.
But he's continued to be a solid contributor. He's going to be one of those solid senior players for North Hobart as they climb their way up the ladder in future seasons. Taken by Sandrick. Handball to Daly, weaves through traffic. Barwick shares it with Cleaver. Back to Daly. Short kick. Hits up Groom. Now Cleaver once again. They did that well, North Hobart, from defence. Can't quite take the mark now. The North Launceston defence working overtime. It's where they get a lot of their drive from, this half-back line through Manshandon. Takes his time, measures the kick nicely to Sulzberger. Thinks about playing on, holds it up, back to Manshandon. He's got Aven on with the handball. Aven, little kick inside 50 is good. Oh, Ahern coughed it up there. Leary lays a tackle on the North Hobart defender, but gee, a gilt-edge opportunity, Max.
Yes, and Mansell and Leary sort of got in each other's road there a little bit. They were a bit hesitant as to who was going to go for the ball, which might have cost them a goal.
Cox Goodyer tries to come through and take the ball with him. Sulzberger's held up. We're now at 29.5 minutes. Can't be long left, Rob.
No, can't be long at all. I mean, the Bombers will want another couple of minutes and another goal.
There it is.
No, well called, Dave Moore.
So 3/4 time and massive quarter. 12 goals, 13.85 North Launceston and 4-4-28 North Hobart. So we know that North Hobart are 2 players down and we have to look through that lens. In that quarter, it was 6 goals, 7 to 1 behind.
Goal
kickers,
thoughts,
Max? Yeah,
yep,
the goal kickers and thoughts.
Just go down the list here. Cox Goodyer 3, Leary 2, 1 to Ives and Manshandon and Sulzberger, 2 to Griffiths, 1 to Alex Lee and 1 to Jack Ahern. And unfortunately, very little scoreboard pressure in that quarter for North Hobart. They've still only got the 4 goals and 4 individual kickers. Stevenson, Campbell, White and Miller.
Yeah, you're right. They certainly fell away, but as their coach said to us quite kindly, giving his time, Adam Bester, you know, being 2 rotations down, and particularly McGuinness and how important he is to them, the floodgates opened. And as I've sort of remarked and we've touched on through the game, you know, the Bombers were so cautious early. I'm not sure why. But as soon as they threw caution to the wind, Max, all of a sudden the goals started to come.
Yeah, they just started to play their own brand of footy rather than saying, oh, well, we've got finals next week, let's look after ourselves. And I think Alec mentioned it, I think it was at quarter time, that Cox Goodyear gave him a bit of a spray, the old-fashioned spray, and looked him in the eye and said, pull your finger out, boys. And that's what they've certainly done since quarter time. 4 goals in the second quarter, 6 goals in the third. So I guess all the interest now is as to whether they can bridge that gap, Foz, which you're frantically working.
Yep, I'll get to that in a sec.
Yep.
I'll better do groups of stats first.
Absolutely. Well, we don't want to know some of them because there's just daylight in between some of them, isn't there?
66 hit-outs to 12 the Northern Bombers way at three-quarter time, 18-5 in that quarter. Clearances are still reasonably close, 9 apiece in that quarter, but 40-26 the Bombers way over the day. Inside 50s, 18-4 in that quarter, just reflecting that dominance of the Bombers. Marks inside 50, 14-4, 4-2 that quarter. Free kicks, 16 to North Hobart, 9 to North Launceston. Intercept marks, 9 to the Bombers, 4 to North Hobart. So I make the calculation now that the Tigers have finished on 177.14, and with a score of 85-28 at the moment, the Bombers are on 174.14. So they've got a 174.14. So there's exactly 3% the difference between the two teams. We're in for an exciting last quarter. We'll take a break here on City Park Radio. We'll be back in the last quarter in just a moment.
Is inflation eroding your nest egg? Income Direct can help. We assist Australian seniors and retirees to keep ahead of inflation with fixed income accounts. Our team is Australia-based. Our clients love our competitive interest rates, and there are no fees. Conditions and risks apply. We encourage you to seek independent financial and legal advice before choosing Income Direct. Visit incomedirect.com.au or call 1300 798 334 to speak to one of our team members about how you can put your capital to work today. A sponsor of City Park Radio.
Want to learn to play music? Playing music is so much fun and has all kinds of cognitive and social benefits. Barrett's Music can help you get there. They can help select the best instrument for you, choose appropriate learning books and find a teacher. Plus they offer flexible, interest-free payment plans. If you pick an instrument that you really like, find a teacher and put time aside each week to practice. Then you can play music. Get started now with Barrett's Music, 104 George Street, Launceston, a sponsor of City Park Radio.
You're listening to Tasmanian State League Football on City Park Radio.
Okay, exciting last quarter coming up, not just because of the result of the game, but because of the percentage gap that North Launceston have to make up to try and take that top spot off Kingborough, which we probably wouldn't have thought of, Rob, at the start of the game. I didn't think that necessarily the Kingborough-Clarence game was a fait accompli, but that surprise win by Clarence by a little margin has sort of really made it interesting. But we might get to Alec Croswell first because he's just come out of the North Launceston huddle. Alec, what was discussed there at three-quarter time?
Yeah, Foz, as expected, very excited down here because they are chasing that percentage booster and trying to get a home final. Very much on the mind of the players and in the message of Brad Cox-Goodyear. He just wants to smash the ball at contest and win it there first and then attack from there. They want to be ruthless and they realise they've got a couple of things to play for today with Alex Lee's 150th and also trying to get that home final.
Okay, so any injury concerns for the Bombers? We know that we're 2 troops down for the Demons.
No injury concerns down here at all.
And just repeating the 2 players out for North Hobart?
Yes, we've got Wright and we've got McGuinness, so they're done for the game.
Thanks, Alec. Great job as usual down there on the boundary.
They wouldn't have come here today, Foz, would they, thinking that we're a chance of a home final?
No, I would have thought they would have anticipated the Tigers beating Clarence, and that's a great sign for Clarence. I mean, a lot of people are thinking this is a 2-horse race, but Clarence winning that game, okay, that the Tigers may have not played to their full capacity, knowing that they were going to make top spot, or so they thought. But I'll tell you what, Clarence, that's a pretty impressive effort from them, and Launceston beating Glenorchy by 100 points.
Well, they'll both be going into that game, won't they? Both be going into that game full of confidence next week. So
today's round of footy is really bringing this final series alive.
It certainly has, hasn't it? Yep. It's not over yet, is it? It's not settled.
It makes you wonder. It makes you wonder whether the Bombers don't regret that poor start now. You know, where they
first 10 or 15 minutes of this quarter will be if North can kick 5-6 goals.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Elgas for your LPG needs statewide. Talk to the locals with knowledge. Phone 13 11 61.
The most important quarter of football in the Northern Bombers season about to take place right now at UTAS Stadium. Umpire throws it up. Lee, although Meadows got his hand on it first. Bombers take it away though. Avent kicks to open space. Griffiths wheels. Misses his teammate. He's going to go back and chase it up though. All to do in front of the Bombers at the moment. The umpire's picked a free kick out there, and Harvey Griffiths a little bit over-exuberant in his attack on the football. He's given away a free kick, and that's going to be taken. I think that's Jack Sandrick, is it? Hasn't shown us his number. He's side onto us. Looks like him. Driving the Demons into attack. From sunshine to shade. Young flies high. Unrealistic attempt. I think the umpire's ruled on that one. Connie Young. Ball went over his head by 20 metres, and he was hanging in the air on his North Hobart opponent. Demons have got all day. King will be barracking pretty hard for them, I'd imagine, in this last quarter. Demons are going to have an inside 50 here. Lots of bodies around it, including Lee, who had a good run at it. Oh, his hand passed by mistake there to Jack Wilmot. Miller, I think that was. Sorry, I called Wilmot. Dave Moore's pointing that one out.
Debutant, kicked a nice goal earlier.
He did look good. Lots of bodies around the footy. Pearce rides his opponent into the ground. The umpire says that's mine, and it's going to be a ball up about 20 metres around from the North Hobart goal. Approaching 2 minutes, no change to the score at 3/4 time. Lee with a huge punch. Bombers will be looking to get things moving here. And they've regained possession. It's okay. Pearce, in the Manchandon direction. It's going to sit for him. Manchandon moves it back inboard by hand. Back to Manchandon. Looking to keep it going. Sulzberger by hand. Back to Fletcher Bennett. Squares it off. Pearce marks on the old faded AFL logo. Loads it up and drives it back through the middle. Lots of Northern Bombers around it. Oh, run down. Too slow. Harvey Griffiths had made position. It was a great tackle there from the North Hobart player.
Josh Cleaver with a big tackle. Kicks it over to the far side here to Meadows. The big fella. He's been tutored by Lee. He's got support here from Lockie Mitchell. Mitchell now. Low kick's not great, or might turn out all right here. Cox Goodyer fumbles at the crucial moment. Can they win the contest here? Avent shovels it out in the direction of Griffiths. He lays the tackle.
That's been a bit polite. I'd call it a throw.
Shovel, throw.
It looked like something off a base of a rugby scrum, that one, didn't it?
Ball up. Lee with the tap out here towards Mitchell. Off the ground, Pearce. And it dribbles out of bounds.
It creates a pressure, doesn't it? I mean, you've got to win, but it creates a pressure, doesn't it, where you've got to win by a margin.
Yep, and 3 minutes gone, so and when you're looking for 6, 7, 8 goals, we're not exactly sure. 3 minutes without one, starts to put the pressure on. Lee, lovely tap to Nicholas, back to Avent. Avent back to Mitch Nicholas again. He's kicking inside 50. Can anyone take a grab? Just pumped out of defence there by North Hobart defender. Tackle laid by Nicholas.
You start to get a bit Harlem Globetrotters-y, don't you, with what you're doing? You're starting to see that here now, Dave, aren't you? It's like the extra hand pass or the chip kick, you know. Move it on at all costs.
In the last rays of sunshine here at UTAS Stadium. Demons work it out here to Cleaver. He's caught by one arm, dispossessed, close to the boundary line. Sandrick would like to see it over, I think. Can't do so. A lot of players around the contest. And we've got a ball up right against the boundary line. It's inside 50 for Dave Gruber. Just one apiece in this quarter. 4 minutes have elapsed. Lee and Meadows. Bingham's got it. Tackled from behind. So North Hobart just keeping it close in, not allowing the ball to escape these contests easily, because that's when the Bombers can be damaging when they spread from a clearance. White does cough it up though. Little kick to the centre of the ground, taken by Young. He's got support. Undecided, shrugs a tackle. Low kicks, a poor one. Marked in defence by Will Groom.
It's a good example of what I was talking about before. You know, like he just, that desperation to get a score on the board, it was chopped off beautifully there by Will Groom, who goes long by foot back out towards that wing position. Bombers regain possession though, move it on quickly. Poor hand pass. Tackle, that's probably going to, was going to get a holding the ball call there. Pearce has got his head over it, emerges, chips it inside 50, moves it on quickly. Shot on goal. Griffiths. Is that going to be the first one? No. Harvey Griffiths misses. So a 1 point addition to the Bombers score. They move on to 12-14-86. North Hobart 4-4-28. Approaching 6 minutes. The time clock. Not the Northern Bombers' friends, Dave Moore.
No, it's not. Colin Stevenson was moved back in defence to shore things up in that third quarter. He's maintained his spot there. Little kick comes to Groom, not 15. Play on. Desperation kick now outside defensive 50. Miller comes out. Takes it off the hands. Sam Simpson's there with Nicholas. Out the back to Daly. He's caught with the ball.
Just making it hard, isn't it, for North Launceston at the moment. You've got to give North Hobart a bit of credit. They're defending immensely at the moment and just making it difficult for North to score.
Summers, handball almost directly to McLeod from North Hobart. Now it comes again to Summers. Nice little handball to Simpson. Sets it up for Leary. Can he show a bit of brilliance here against the boundary line? Gee, lays a strong tackle there on David Monks. Recruit from Hobart Footy Club.
Just his recovery there. You know, Leary involved himself in the mark, and before the ball had hit the ground nearly, he was
on to the next thing.
Exactly, yeah.
So no injuries to North Launceston today, crucially. Looking forward to next week. Here's Mitch Nicholas attacking the ball. Little handball at Mansell under pressure. Now to Hubbard, who's been good today. Measures the kick beautifully to Griffiths. And here's their first big chance of scoring a major in this last quarter. Nice work again from Ethan Hubbard, who just gets better every time I see him.
Right on his distance here, I would say. Griffiths with a bit of fatigue setting in.
Kicked 2 goals today. Those distinctive blue boots. 7.5 minutes gone. Can he put the first on the board for the quarter for North Launceston? Fades away. In fact, it doesn't score. It's out of bounds on the full. It smacks into the right behind post.
It's a really gritty effort here from North Hobart, as you touched on, Max, because 2 down, we know, in their rotations. Got blown apart in that third quarter, but full credit to them. They're really, a lot of pride in finishing their season off well.
Will Groom, long kick out here, looking for Barwick, who takes the mark, sliding in. Defensive side of the wing. Jonty Barwick plays on with the low kick. Measures it beautifully. And leading out to take the mark is Josh Cleaver. So now he plays on. Umpire blows the whistle. Tries the short kick there. Looking for a teammate in Jordan Roberts. He does well. He gets through traffic. Creates an opportunity here at half forward. Campbell leads out and takes the mark. He's going to wheel and go. He's got players on over the top. They're getting back there nicely is Mitchell, who does pretty well. Off hands Nicholas. Tackled by Barwick. Umpire says no prior. So it's a ball up. Just where North Launceston don't want it at the moment. Fire it inside their defensive goal square. Campbell, goal. Matthew Campbell, smart play. From the ruck contest, he just took it.
I think it came off from above the knee.
That's what they're saying. The North Launceston players there, and Simpson and Lee.
He threw it onto his boot, but it didn't actually get to his boot. He raised his leg, and it's hit the top of the...
You'd be sending it upstairs.
A bit of a margin one, but it's in the book.
I'd be sending it to Jason Blundell, the best cameraman in the business today.
Well, imagine if they miss out by 0.1% or something strange.
I think the boys down at Kingborough will be liking that one, because that's making it really hard now for North Launceston. probably about 20 minutes of game time left.
Who kicked it?
That was Matthew Campbell.
Oh, yeah.
I'll put another goal next to his name.
He needed through, I think.
Now, Alec Croswell, a bit of a temperature drop down there.
Yeah, Foz, absolutely. The temperature's dropped here dramatically. I'm absolutely freezing. But young Max Roney, St Pat's schoolboy and Devils player, got me a nice almond latte to warm me up. So well done, Maxie.
Very kind of him. Still pretty warm up here. We're going to get another stoppage.
You'll be in the votes getting the players to be running, getting your stuff. I mean, if you want 3 votes, you'd probably get them to bring something upstairs.
That's the next option as here we go now through Sandrick. Wins the clearance. Riley Wood, little handball to Barwick. Gets out of one tackle, doesn't get out of a second. I reckon he'll be penalised here. Umpire Chris Kay says as much. So real desperation time now for North Launceston. They've got to start kicking goals. Simpson to Chug. Now to Nicholas. Handball to Sulzberg. And down a little bit of pressure. Back to Nicholas. Kick it, says Max. He does. Up here towards Ahern, a one-on-one with Stevenson. Stevenson did pretty well. But it's out of bounds right beside the left behind post.
Just overdid the handball then. They had an opportunity to get it in when they were outnumbering the North Hobart defence. If they kicked it long instead of that extra handball to Nicholas, they had a chance of kicking a goal.
That's that implied pressure, isn't it? I mean, it's strange. It's implied pressure because you've got to score.
Seagull circling. Boundary thrown's a little bit shallow. Lee with the tap. Over the top. Here's an opportunity for Ben Simpson. Tries to weave the kick through traffic. Can't do so. Smacked out by Hugh Williams.
Williams ball bobbling around there in the Declan Chug direction. He's about to be tackled. Goes back inboard to Fletcher Bennett. Back to Chug. Backwards again. 4 handballs. They haven't moved the footy. Chopped off across half back. That's just again that pressure. That pressure.
50, is it? No, holding the ball.
Gee whiz.
It's Josh Bingham.
Yeah, I'm thinking he's asking the question of the umpire. But anyway, it's going to be the Bombers moving it on by hand. Cox Goodger loads up. Not what we expect from him. He's just had a bit more time there and he's missed. He's pushed it across. So the Northern Bombers need goals, not behinds. But unfortunately, that's eluded them in this early stages. We're almost probably halfway, almost through this last term.
Demons actually outscoring the Bombers in this quarter. 1 goal straight to 2 behinds.
Cleaver for the Demons. Goes wide there to Josh Hilda. Hilda going to be on the boundary line. But nice strong mark there from David Monks. Kept that ball in under pressure there from a couple of Northern Bombers opponents. We'll start to feel the air go out of this now. The Bombers would have really given themselves a chance. Big pack of players, and that's a great mark. Matthew Campbell.
He's been good today for the Demons, Max.
He certainly has. And, nearly out then. But, no, really good, strong pack mark then.
Bennett was knocked off it by his opponent in Ives. Ball bobbling around here. This would be the dagger through the heart of the Bombers if the Demons get another one. Handball missed everything. Demons have got time. Nice steadying little kick there taken by Harrison McLeod. Right on the paint of 50. It's got people leading left and right.
Get it into the goal square. It's 1-on-1.
He's gone short there to Campbell. Umpire's called play on. Bombers are looking to turn this over. Heads back into Campbell. Got plenty of time. Not sure who that was to. Pick the umpire out. Ball bobbling around there. Bouncing around. It's going to sit okay though for Josh Bingham. Missed the target. Went the full 360 from the Bennett tackle. Bombers players spoil each other. Handball back inside. Bit of Harlem Globetrotters. Leaflang back inside there for the Demons. Campbell had the run at it. Punched away. Real comedy of errors here at the moment. The Bombers need goals. So wrong into the ground, Dave Moore.
Yeah, just the decision-making of the Bombers in this last quarter, Max, just when they need it to be spot on, just hasn't been quite there.
No, it hasn't, but I also think just the tiredness and the fatigue starting to set in a bit. The adrenaline's starting to wear off it a bit now, isn't it? The reality's starting to hit. They would have known that they needed to kick 4 or 5 by now, 14-minute mark.
Brad Cox, good just come off for a spell. Quick kicks marked by Dom White on attacking 50.
North Hobart, they'd be keen just to ensure that they outscored North Launceston in this last quarter.
Out the back is Manchan, one of their best. Turning into trouble was Avent. Handball to Ives. Uses strength to get out of trouble. Now to Declan Chugg. Had injury concerns, but has come back beautifully. Give and go now with Chugg. Gets it a second time. Now to Griffiths. Kick up here looking for Lee. He goes over the back. The speedster there is Leary. He goes past Lee. Leary thinks about the handball. Now the centering kick is kicked straight to Riley Wood for North Hobart. Wood. Short kick. Marked in defence. Monks. Kicks it straight to Man Shannon, so turnovers galore at the minute. Short now into Avon. Too far out to score, you'd think. They're flooded back inside defensive 50 of the North Hobart Demons. There's no space there at all. So he has to go a longer option. Lee is there. Stevenson did pretty well. At the front, player tackled by White. So it might have been young Mitchell, was it?
Mitchell.
Yep. Of the number 37 Bailey variety. Ball up. Coming through is Pearce. He can't pick it up. Now Daly. Handball smothered. Simpson. He can't pick it up. Leary. Tackled. Ball up. Just a bit of the sting's gone out of this game. We've crossed 16 minutes. And we calculate North Launceston probably need another 7 goals. So 7 goals in 14 minutes. That's tough and anybody's going Rob Soward.
Absolutely. Still in the Lee Matthews equation though, although you can't see it where they haven't kicked any for the quarter. The Demons move it out, which is exactly not what the Bombers want. Lee Flang takes it off hands. Has a little dash, chip back in Declan Chugg's direction. Chugg loads it up, runs a long way, drives it long, drives it really long. It's going to land in the goal square, but punched through by David Monks. Another behind for the Northern Bombers. They don't need behinds, they need goals. Time's not going to be on their side. They move on to 12-16-88. North Hobart 5-4-34. Long kick out, taken there by Ives. Bobbled it, claimed it. Bombers asking for 50. Ives loads it up, heads it goalwards. Lots of bodies around the footy, all Demons. Strong mark. Very strong mark taken in front of the pack there by Cohen Stevenson. He's been one of their best today.
Probably took mark of the day, Rob, in the, what was it, the second quarter there?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, he's put a bit of mustard on that. He's rolling around. Umpire says, no, you've got to come back, kick it over the mark. We've got some good young players, this North Hobart side, as we've said, and you'd really hope, Dave, that they keep them in that off-season. They've come a long way. They've got some games in them. As Maxie said, they're probably a year or two behind the Bombers in their development, but get some games into them.
I think they've really enjoyed the coaching about Ambesta. He's a really popular figure around the club, so I think they'll be right with player retention this year.
And very successful too. We know Adam Bester's CV from his time with the Burnie Dockers back in the day. Part of, I think, 5 in a row they won in the WFL. But he's done some great work there with the Demons, and bright future. One hopes there for them. Strong traditional club in southern Tasmania, and probably Kingborough's favourite club at the moment too, Dave Moore.
Yeah, absolutely, as the bounty throw-in comes in. Probably had 10 minutes of playing time left. So now it's all a matter of just getting through unscathed, I think, for the Northern Bombers. Lee Flang, long kick is not great. Stevenson drops the mark, opens the door for Leary, who snaps a goal. Brandon Leary, bit of magic from their magic man, Brandon Leary. Made something out of almost nothing, and that's a really classy goal, and that's his 3rd for the day. Not sure whether it's a bit too late, but anyway, it's a fantastic goal, and the crowd really enjoyed that one here at UTAS Stadium.
Yeah, and he just made something out of nothing, didn't he? The ball was on the ground, and he kept his feet. A couple of the North Hobart guys pleaded that it was touched, but it was wasn't all that convincing that the way they did it. So I think they were just hoping that the umpire might give them a bit of benefit of the doubt there, but it's not their call to make, is it? It's the umpire's call whether it's touched or not. So, yeah, good goal, good finish. That's his 3rd for the day. Missed out in the first quarter, but kicked one in the last 3 quarters. So, one in the second, one in the third, one in the last. That's good.
It gives him some good form going into next week. Back in the middle, Lee, been the dominant big man on the ground today. Bombers go to take it away again, but Shark beautifully dispossessed. Hugh Williams. The ball's going to go back there to Meadows. Sting completely gone out of the game now. We're in the shadows of the post, as they say. Not long to go here. Long kick from Meadows. Bennett leading the race for it there. It's going to come out. Bombers are going to set something up again. They're away. It's Nicholas. Slips. Running around there, Ethan Hubbard. Chips it forward. Bombers trying to create something here. They'll get an inside 50 and a look at it. That's a great jump at it by Ives. Spoiled. Bodies around the footy. Umpire waving play on Dave Moore.
Just a percentage update for what it's worth. Kingborough 177.14 and the Bombers 173.89. So not enough time to score the required goals.
That'd be good if they 7 in 7 minutes or something. That'd be crazy footy.
Here's one.
They've got it off the stoppage. Kick forward. And that's a fantastic effort there. Just waiting to see his number when he turns around. Jack Avent read that ball beautifully off there, and Avent doing his bit to try and make that percentage gap close up. Maxie Walker, but time's not on his side.
No, long way to go from here, and good little finish though. Still showed plenty of zip there. Pardon me, Jackie Avent, but really polished player, isn't he? Like, he's been around for many years now, performing at the highest standard, missing a few of his old colleagues in Whitford and, Ponting and Foz's old best, little Jackie Rushton. Yeah. But
we'll be playing tomorrow, Jackie Rushton, in the Battle of the Tigers.
177.14, 174.62.
They'll be ruining that bad start, won't they, Dave?
Absolutely. Sulzberger in the centre of the ground, tries to get it out of the contest, laying it on as Simpson. There's a bit of a afters there with Sulzberger and his North Hobart opponent, who might be Jack Sandrick. In fact, it was the big ruckman in Charlie Meadows. Umpire Geeson throws it aloft. Lee straight to Bingham, who's tackled by Simpson. Thrown to the ground. Another ball up. Good season, Josh Bingham. Played a fair bit on ball. The big improvers for the Demons. Thumped out by Lee. Only as far there as Hugh Williams. Good handball. Releases Barwick. Can he pick it up? Under pressure from Young. He can. Barwick inside 50. Looking up here for Campbell, sorry. And it's out of play.
You look at North Hobart, Dave, and you say, okay, next year you've got a good nucleus of on-ballers, you've got strength in your young guys. Where do we find a good couple of good quality big men? So that's what they'll go searching for, because at the moment, the grand final, if it's between North and Kingston, you would say the difference is going to be the big men.
Absolutely.
One way or the other.
Shannon weaves through. Now back to Bennett. Shug will be under pressure. Knew that. Got the handball away. Shark by Bingham. He got a high tackle.
Kicked the Chug. He was
okay. Happened in the back play. So they go quickly to Young. Long sweeping handball. Over to Oscar Mantle. He can take a bounce or two here. He takes one. He gets to attacking 50. Goes a short kick to Cox. Good choice. He plays on. He knows time is of the essence here. Brad Cox Goodger kicks a goal. 15-16, 106. North Hobart 5-4-34. 4 goals to Cox Goodger. Max, I'm going to hit the calculator again.
Yep, that's all right. I thought Mansell could have kept going there, and I think he could have too. But when you've got the figure of number 1 with a red sash across the front of your jumper running straight at you, it's always a good move for a game next week, isn't it? To just hit it to him, lace out, and that he did. And Cox Goodger knows the urgency. He probably knows that he's up against it as well, but he wasted no time in swinging around and just slotting that one through with a nice little toe poke.
Kingborough Tigers 177.14 and North Launceston 175.26.
Wowzers.
Out of the centre, Simpson, and you're leading out is Griffiths.
Move it.
In fact, it's Ives. Thank you.
Move it, boy. Move it.
We'll get to Alec Croswell in a minute, who's got something for us, but we'll wait for this shot. Seagulls up and about. 24 and a half minutes gone. Would we go to 29, 30 minutes? I'm not sure we would, but just a little bit of pressure coming on here.
Only a 5-goal quarter.
That's right. Ives off to the right. Max Walker with his expert comments here in the background says it all. With the OGs.
Yeah, I think there's a few people probably thought that, Maxie.
Alec Croswell, what do you got?
Yeah, Foles, just a note on the North Hobart bench. Some very tired boys down here. It's been a massive second half with 2 players down.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of them look spent now, running back on the ground and off. Chancy again for North Lonnie. As in comes Griffiths, he takes on the tackle. Somehow gets it back to Hubbard. Hubbard centres them all. They're lining up here. And one of them lining up is Blade Sulzberger. Does he have the kick in him? He doesn't think so. Ahern can't take it. Leary would have got it. He's got it now. He snaps, won't make the distance. And I know what you're going to say, Max. Why didn't Ahern get out of the way and let Leary take the mark? But I don't think they knew each other's presence was upon them. As Colin Stevenson took that goal-saving mark back there.
You'd be
Long
right.
kick, front
right.
position, White. Sorry,
I
Rob.
was going to say Stevenson will be right for a pie and a cake at the Kingborough Football Club anytime he likes, I reckon.
Little kick here from Summers. Almost a chance there for Griffiths. They work it out. Hugh Williams just punts it out of defence. Bennett from behind. Now Nicholas gets free, but he kicks it straight to the North Hobart player in Riley Wood.
Wood gives it off. Great chase down tackle! That's a fantastic chase down tackle. Looks like Ethan Hubbard. Was it Ethan Hubbard? No, Ahern.
Ahern, yep.
Time's going to beat
The
him.
mullet, yeah. Ahern loads up, heads for home. Top of the square, off hands. Demons come
There
away.
it is.
And there's the siren. End of the season for the North Hobart Demons. And end of chasing the dream today for the Northern Bombers. Final score, North Launceston 15-7-107. Comfortable winners over North Hobart, but the real contest was against Dave Moore's calculator as they tried to run down that percentage, but didn't quite close the gap, Dave, on the Kingborough Tigers.
No, I'll give you the figure in a minute, but while I'm doing that, Max, you got the goal kickers there?
Yep, I certainly have. We'll go through the winners first. For North Launceston, Cox Goodger, he ended up with 4. Brandon Leary kicked 3. Harvey Griffiths finished the day with 2 in the third quarter, and singles to Ives, Manshandon, Avent, Sulzberger, Alex Lee in his 150th, and Jack Ahern. And for the North Hobart, 1 multiple goal kicker, 2 to Matthew Campbell, 1 in the first and 1 in the last, and singles to Stevenson, White and Miller.
While Dave Moore's working those calculations out, Foz, I don't think we gave the final score in the Hillwood South Launceston game, the second semi-final in the Premier Division men. Hillwood 15-6-96, victorious over South Launceston 10-15-75.
Go straight down now to Alec Croswell, who's got the 150 gamer Alex Lee.
Yeah, thanks, Foles. Just down here with the milestone man, Alex Lee. Alex, you must be happy with today's performance.
Oh, very happy. To get a win in a milestone game is always pretty good.
Yeah, and just you sound pretty knackered there, mate. A big game from yourself. I thought you were absolutely dominant in the ruck, and also spent some time forward today as well.
Yeah, just working on something. Try and get a goal in the milestone game, which paid off. So yeah, probably look to do it a bit more, but yeah.
Yeah, and obviously 150th for North today, but am I correct in saying it's your 200th TSL game next week as well?
Yeah, I played 49 senior games with Devonport and TSL, and yeah, 150 today here, so 200 next week.
Yeah, beautiful, good stuff, mate. What are your highlights from your career so far?
Definitely the flags, getting to meet a great bunch of boys and getting to win with them every week's always a pleasure.
Yeah, beautiful. And obviously last fortnight ago here, you just went down to Kingborough in a pretty good game. What do you think you have to do in the finals to get over those guys?
There's just a couple of little things that we've acknowledged, and easy fixes, just score some turnovers. If we can cut that out and go a long way to winning the game.
Yeah, and just on your own fitness, mate, you're going to have a massive battle against their big men, as you always do. How are you feeling in your body, mate?
Yeah, pretty good. Got through today unscathed, so it's always a highlight not to come away with any niggles. So, yeah, feeling pretty fit, so just recover now and get ready for next week.
Beautiful. As I'm talking to him, he's got a bit of blood trickling down the ear as well, so he might have to get that cleaned up. But, mate, congratulations on a great year and good luck with the finals.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Thanks, Alec Cross there with milestone man Alex Lee. And, they couldn't quite get the job done there with the percentage-wise. I've got the final figures here. I believe it's 177.14 for Kingborough and 175.37 for the Bombers. So, came here today thinking, what's this game about and what's at stake? But it was a really entertaining game and a really enjoyable game. And credit to North Hobart, take out the third quarter, Max, where the Bombers kicked 6 goals to 0. They were highly competitive for the game, considering they had 2 players down.
Yeah, it was, Dave, and you say it was an entertaining game. You look at the scoreboard. It was 13 goals to 2 after quarter time. So from a scoreboard perspective, you look at that and you go, oh my gosh, this has been a whitewash. But North Hobart, they just kept coming and coming as we see the North players just cheering Alex Lee off now, which is great to see. So well respected with their club. So well done, young man, and everyone else there to help him through the game today. But North Hobart, there's a lot of upside to them. Like we said through that last quarter, if they can find a couple of big, strong, a big, strong forward, a big, strong ruckman, they don't grow on trees, and they'll have to look long and hard to find them. But it can make so much difference to a side. You take Alex Lee out of this side today from a ruck, and then all of a sudden, young Charlie Meadows might have been able to get his hand on the ball a bit more and feed his players, because that first quarter they just kept running away from North. They were holding their ground. They were spreading well. They had the overlap run. They were hitting everyone lace out, and they looked really impressive. Probably to about halfway through the second quarter, and then North just kicked up another 2 or 3 gears and said, "Look, we've got a game to win here. We want to finish the year off positively in the roster season," in which they certainly did in the end. And I'm sure the news came through that Clarence had beaten Kingborough, and that gave them extra incentive to really start to get on top. But great game of footy. Let's have a look at groups of stats at the end of the game. Gee, the hit-outs today in his 150th game. I know it was Theo Ives also contributed to these, but 82 hit-outs to 16 to 4 in the last quarter. Great effort. Clearances 51 to 31. And Max, it really was the old firm there, wasn't it? In the middle, Avent, Simpson, and the youngsters in like Blade Schulzberger. Leary went in there a few times, but they really got some good quality clearances out of those hit-outs. Yeah, they did. And Ives and Lee just dominated, and the work that Ives did around the ground today too. He was full of run all day, and it allowed. Obviously, it was a bit of a plan to let Alex sit up in the goal square a little bit and enjoy a bit of me time with a couple of goals. Like he said, he got one. It sounded like he was keen to get more, but he got the one. Probably should have kicked a couple, but they like you said, the A-Vents, Fletcher Bennett was strong off the half back again. Young Nicholas played really well. Bailey Mitchell copped a couple of tough ones early, but they've got a good unit down there now, haven't they? Yeah, they're missing Harry Bales. I'm not sure, he may not be back. You might have some mail on that. Yeah, I was talking to him before the game, and just a lower leg injury without giving too much away. Didn't say he'd be right, didn't say he wouldn't be right, but he didn't seem all that happy about not playing today, so never know what will happen next week with him. Just going through the stats here as well. We've got marks inside 50, 17 to 6 over the day, so North Launceston took more grabs inside attacking 50, 3 to 2 in the last quarter. Inside 50s, 56 to 25, so a lot of dominance there. And once again, the Bombers had 14 to 7 in that last quarter. Free kicks, North Hobart 21, North Launceston 13, and 11 intercept marks apiece. Yeah, and North Launceston probably, upon reflection, they'd probably be thinking they deserved more free kicks than that. But they were beaten to the ball for 1.5 quarters as well, so probably balances itself out a little bit. Just before we get your better players in 3, 2, 1, Max, between us, Rob, we might go through a few scores. I've got some written down here, and you've got some on your phone there. So let's go in tandem here, one by one. You go first. All right, well, I'll share one. I know we've got people that listen from everywhere, and down the northwest coast, the Darwin Football Association, the South Burnie Hawks got it done, Dave Moore, 14-11-95. Queenstown, 5-8-38.
No worries. If you get us the South Hillwood final score next in a moment, I'll tell you the curtain raisers, a couple of curtain raisers there. In the seconds in the NTFA Premier, it was South Launceston 11-11-77, defeated Bridge North 10-4-64. In the seniors, Rob?
Seniors, it was the Sharks winning their way through to the grand final, 15-6-96. South Launceston 10-15-75.
In the NTFA Premier Division, it was Bridge North 5-11-41 to OL's 4-3-27. Lilydale St Pat's, Rob. You got that one for us?
Oh, I will in a sec.
Okay, I'll go another score while you're doing that. In the NTFA Division 1 Premier for women, 8-8-56 Meander Valley defeated Georgetown 1-1-7. So Meander Valley played Deloraine in the grand final next week.
And in the preliminary final that you referenced, David, it was St Pat's 16-14-110, defeated Lilydale 11-11-77, which will mean we'll have a rematch of the second semi-final, St Pat's versus Old Scotch, but also a rematch of the grand final from last year, and Old Scotch, as you would know, undefeated so far this year. And
St Pat's will play Old Scotch in the seconds, because today St Pat's 9-12-66 defeated Old Launcestonians 1-12-18. Under 18s today here, it was North Hobart 9-6-60, defeated North Launceston 8-6-54. Big win in the D-League for the Bombers, 16-14-110. Defeated North Hobart 3-5-23. Another one, Rob?
Yeah, look, in the under 18s in the NTFA, obviously there's a bit to play out there. The second semi-final, Georgetown. Great to see the Saints on the board there. 8-7-55 defeated South Launceston 3-5-23. So they'll go straight through to the grand final.
They've got some really good young kids playing in that Georgetown under 18s as well. So hopefully for the future of their club and the competition that they can keep them together next year and build through the club, because I've seen them play a couple of times this year and they're really impressive and a good bunch of boys.
In the TSL today, it was a big upset down at Twin Ovals. It was Clarence 9-13-67 defeated the Tigers 7-4-46. And in the other game, after a slow start, Launceston did very well.